also keeping our atmosphere in place because gas is a mass and
But
has
what's
weight,
with the
and gravity
contradiction?
affects everything with mass.
Farmers boy, super contradiction here. Now,
No,
you're saying... You're
not
saying...
a contradiction at all. The only contradiction is inside your fucking head.
It was logically sound there. Big Pharma approves.
Here. You're saying the gas in the bottle will go up, but then when it reaches the top of the dome, or where the dome's supposed to be, it's now pulled down.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on. Are we in the bottle, or are we talking about Earth's atmosphere?
Both. The gas is held down by gravity. That's what you tell us.
No, our atmosphere is held down by gravity. The gas in the Coca-Cola is rising due to buoyancy that's caused by gravity.
No. We're saying...
Yes.
saying...
No, Kimo, don't no me.
Hold on, anyway, I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, he's got good...
You might want to try explaining it to him in, like, Greek, because he doesn't understand that either.
Oh, well, that's okay, because I don't speak Greek.
Well, it appears the whole room doesn't know how to speak chemo.
Good. I don't know how to speak chemo. I'm not fluent in bullshit.
Well, I am, and the dialect that he's using is unheard of. Like, bullshit is a second language in Australia, so...
Oh, yeah, no, I'll grant you that. Fair enough. Oh, and as I didn't actually get to sort of say live, happy birthday for the other day, mate.
Cheers, mate. Mind you, it's Sheeple's birthday tomorrow. Or
is
actually,
it? Oh, bloody hell.
Sheeple's birthday like an hour and a half. He's turning, I think he's turning 33?
33? Oh. I don't remember 33.
Illuminati confirmed.
I'm turning 36.
33.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, thank God for that.
No, because you take the 3, add the 6, you get 9, you divide it by 3, you got 33. Done. Thank you.
Oh, gosh, Illuminati confirmed.
I'm having a numerology birthday then, all right?
I do remember I was suicidal when I hit 30 because it was like that awful realisation, hang on, I'm not a 20-something. What the bloody hell happened there, you know? But as you get older, you think, yeah, fuck it, it's just a number.
Yeah, but 33 was 12 years ago for me. That's what makes it worse.
17, nearly 18 years ago for me.
Blimey.
Okay, so have we all conceded and thought about the question? The gas...
Oh, well, we've moved on.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You're yesterday's news.
The gas in the bottle should remain in the bottle.
We're past that.
Because of gravity.
We explained that to you. Your lack of understanding isn't our problem.
Well,
yeah, we finished that subject. Next subject, please.
Yeah,
I can't understand it for you.
The gas stays in the bottle while the lid's on it.
Yes.
Yeah, get him, Joseph.
Good point.
Well,
point.
It would do because the lid's on it.
Yes, so...
Exactly. My point exactly.
So,
but
what
Becky,
should be able to
do...
Becky's 100% right.
So you think the carbon dioxide in a fizzy drink held inside a closed bottle is somehow similar to Earth's atmosphere?
Carbon dioxide is in my fizzy drink?
Is that a question or a statement?
That's a question.
The way you said that.
Isn't that
the way
the bad
you said
stuff
that
I'm not
was
supposed
weird.
to be inhaling?
No, it's called carbonation.
What's that? All right.
It's the chemical reaction that causes the fizzy boobula.
What do you think the fizz is? What do you think the fizz is? I like that.
I think the fizzy is fun.
And that's where we get the word physicist.
Now, we can take any drink that is fizzy, with bubbles. And the question is, why isn't gravity holding down these gas molecules like you tell us that they are affecting the atmosphere?
We already explained that to you.
Why do you keep going back around and pretending we never said anything?
Okay, so
we've explained it to you umpteen times already. I didn't realise the flat Earth reset was that fucking quick.
No, because you can't invoke gravity and buoyancy without buoyancy being the cause of holding the gas on Earth. That's just silly.
Chemo. Farmers.
We
They-
talked about this last night, that buoyancy involves the letter G in the equation, which we won't go into that. But we did also talk about, I'm sure, last night that when you take the air out of a room / a vacuum, that a balloon full of helium will sink to the ground because there's no air. Helium only floats because it's lighter than air. If there's no air, it sinks to the ground.
No, but Jazza, check this out. Check this
It's
out,
not rocket science.
Jazza, you have a gradient, right?
How can I breathe with no air?
Jazza, you have a gradient, yes?
Yes, if you have a gradient, you don't need a container. It's
No,
not rocket
I know,
science.
but look,
Again,
hold on. You have a gradient, so you have more gas at the bottom and less gas at the top. Yes?
Yes.
Do you
Now,
have to go through this again, Jazza?
the reason
Really?
why...
I really don't want to,
The
but
4,789,670 whatever time. Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah, but the reason why you have that gradient,
Chemo.
Jazza, is
This has been explained to you already.
Davros, hold on
and
a
you want
second.
us to do it again.
Davros, hold on, you're derailing
Tea
other
time.
people talking. Now, Jazza's just come. You've been talking all morning,
You're
Davros.
not learning anything, Chemo.
Davros, give him a chance.
You're broken.
Give him a chance.
mate,
No.
no, you don't know. Holy
Alright, so Jazza, look, you've got a gradient,
sweet
yes?
baby Jesus.
You've got a gradient. Said yes. So that means more gas at the bottom.
Okay, so let's just cut it off here. If you've got a gradient, you don't need a fucking container.
Alright, but I'm saying the reason for the gradient is gravity pulling the gas down, right?
Oh, you are learning a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay,
So you
good.
don't need a fucking container.
So gravity is what pulls the gas down and keeps it down, right? Makes it go splash, splash.
So actually, I'll reframe that. The only place you need a container is on the flat Earth, and that's just around the side. You don't need a lid.
Right, listen to what I'm asking you. The gas in the atmosphere is being held down by gravity, yeah?
The gas in the atmosphere is being held down by gravity, yes. But there are other chemical reactions like CO2, carbonation, that are actually affecting that. So you're just trying to make a straw man right now.
No, I'm asking a simple question. Is gas affected by gravity? Or
Oh,
does
yes.
gas move on its own in random direction?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So,
That's a good
therefore,
question.
if gravity is affecting gas, then when we open a bottle of Coke, that bottle of Coke, the Coke inside, should never ever become flat. Ever. Because
Unless
gravity...
there were chemical reactions that were causing energy to be added to the system. Yeah.
And it's under pressure,
Mhm.
just like the pressure in your tire when you have a puncture and it equalizes to atmospheric pressure. That's the key. The atmosphere, or let's call it flat,
Mhm.
atmospheric pressure to keep you
Atmosphere.
atmosphere.
Mhm.
It will equalize to the atmosphere.
Mhm.
A tire and a bottle of Coca-Cola will do that. But the atmosphere has a pressure gradient.
Because of gravity, yeah?
Well, I'm not even going to say gravity. I'm going to say just the very principle that it has an atmosphere, and you can test and prove it. And therefore, the atmosphere does not need a container.
Right, we've got to start
It does-
again, Jazza.
hang on.
Go on.
It does on a flat Earth. It does on a flat Earth because that would be like a fishbowl. It'd be like a round fishbowl. You need sides on it to contain the pressure gradient, but you don't need a lid. You don't need a dome.
Okay, so listen again. The reason that you have gas pressure next to a vacuum is because of gravity, right?
Do you even understand what gas pressure is? I don't
Yeah.
think you do.
Gas pressure is when it hits off the walls of the container. But we're talking about the atmosphere with gas, right? You breathe
Okay,
gas.
so
Do you breathe gas?
okay, so you understand
Mhm.
that the atmospheric plane, fucking whatever, fucking shit,
All
It's
right,
not.
take your time.
It's not under gas pressure.
It's under atmospheric pressure, yeah?
Otherwise, when you get to the top of Mount Everest, you'd still be able to breathe normally. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm
Or-
just trying to establish if you think the atmosphere has pressure or not.
It does. Of course it does.
Okay, so where that comes from gravity, yeah?
No, I'm not going to say gravity.
Where does the pressure come from?
It comes from all the shit on all the air above it. If you take yourself and put yourself in a little cylinder, right, the diameter of your scrawny little body, shoulder to shoulder, down to your feet from the earth, and then straight up into infinity, there comes a point where the atmospheric plane pressure becomes zero. That's when space is. All that atmosphere above that is what creates the atmospheric plane pressure bullshit that is pressing down on your head and your shoulders, and it's even more at your feet.
Fair enough. Now, why doesn't it go into space, all that gas?
What the flying fuck train?
You understand that gas will fill the available space. You heard that before.
Yes, I just explained to you.
No,
If there is...
You didn't say why or what keeps us...
Hang on, Kima. Are you still trying to say that there's got to be a container? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I want the answer of why the gas doesn't go off into space.
Because if there's a pressure gradient, it gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and then it's nothing, and then it's space, which is still not. I think you special peeps get mixed up with space being called a vacuum. That you think it's a vacuum cleaner, that it should suck the atmosphere off. I really think that's what your problem is.
It could quite possibly be that, yes.
Let me try it. Jazza.
All right,
You there,
Jazza, go for it, Crit.
Hey, good morning, Jazza. How's
Hey.
it going?
Good afternoon.
Hey man, can you let me back on 24/7 Discord? What did I do?
the last time you have to talk to Miggy. I can't. It's out of my hands. I can't do any more than I've already done.
But what did I do? Were you there? What?
Yeah. So I mean, I would say the best thing to do. I sent you the questions, right? Just give honest answers and say you won't be intoxicated anymore, and it'll probably work.
And I will do that, but I have said the stipulations of who I will talk to.
Yeah, I got you, and you can do that. Okay. But I mean, at some point, I can only do so much before a moderator says, once a moderator makes a ruling, it's out of anyone below that moderator's hands.
Yeah, that's all good. I understand that.
Unless the person thinks they're really swinging the big one, and they're going to overrule a moderator because they think they're right. And sometimes that happens, and then there's a debate about it in the flat earth council.
Yeah. That's over there. We are now over
okay, so here.
Yeah. Go on.
So here we got a conversation about a 2-liter soda bottle. You've seen those before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what gas is inside there, Jazza? Don't Google. I just want you to try to think through this with me logically.
It's carbon dioxide. Just fucking fill that shit up.
Okay, so is that heavier or lighter than air?
Slightly heavier.
And that's why in people's houses and stuff, right? You put carbon dioxide detectors on the lower part of the house. Because if there's a gas leak or something or a fire, you want to be able to detect that stuff, right?
No.
Yeah, well, it's very similar to carbon monoxide. In the helicopter or the airplane, we have a carbon monoxide detector that turns. It's got some, I don't know what the hell they are, but it's some type of crystals that if there's carbon monoxide detected off the exhaust, the yellow patch turns black, meaning there's carbon dioxide, and either you land and walk away safely, or you don't notice it, keep going, and because carbon dioxide is odorless and colourless, and you end up going to sleep and fly into a hill.
The silent killer.
Yeah, that's a carbon monoxide, right? Where you want those
Yeah, yeah.
higher. Yeah, because carbon monoxide is lighter than air.
Yeah, but they're very, very similar. Dioxide's 1 and monoxide's 3 from memory. That's just from fucking science. I can't remember.
I think it's actually dioxide's 2 and monoxide's 1. CO and CO2.
Well,
Yeah, I had the ratios about right.
So then when you have a 2-liter bottle and it goes flat, right? After a while, if you don't drink it. So if this gravity thing is pulling heavier objects down, why does a 2-liter bottle go flat?
Maybe you can explain that to us. Why does a 2-liter bottle go flat? What causes that?
yeah.
Because the molecules of carbon.
Well, no. Let him explain.
No,
Let him explain.
I want to hear Crit's explanation because we've obviously got it wrong. So let's. I want to be educated.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with gravity, right?
So why does it
You-
go flat? Explain
You
it.
tell us.
Yeah, does it come out of solution based off pressure?
Why are you querying us? You're supposed to be telling us why it
Aren't
happened.
you? Oh
I
yeah, aren't
thought
you the
you were
guys
gonna-
that have?
I thought
No,
you were
hold on.
gonna
Wait, no,
educate us.
I got you right. If you're saying right now that you have no more answers, you're out of answers, then it's time for flat Earth. This is what's important because
Yeah. Tell us.
Yeah,
It's
you
time
need
for
to-
flat Earth. Let's go.
Yep.
Tell
you
us
need
that.
to unblock
Why does that
your
happen?
cog disc first.
Yeah. Just tell us.
Why does that happen?
Yeah, I just
why
told
does
you
it
had
go
to do with
flat?
pressure and solution.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with a downward bias.
Well, you said
tell
pressure
us
and
then.
solution. You're on the right track. So go ahead.
What do you mean? So do you have answers or do you have questions?
What is
This
you,
is
you
what- a
were going to
little bit of
tell us
honesty.
why, Crit?
Yeah.
Stop
No,
it.
you're going to tell me right
You
now
were
that
gonna
you
tell
know.
us.
No, you're going to tell me right now
No,
that you're
no.
out of answers.
You were going to
No,
tell us.
you're going to tell me, not the
No.
us. I'm not
Well,
talking
you
to
don't
a
have
group.
any answers. All
Oh,
right.
I just gave you an answer.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so if you can't even understand answers, then
Well, you
you
didn't give us
really
one.
have a problem
Didn't
with
give
your own
us
model.
one.
Why does it go
Yeah,
flat?
I just told you.
Why
This
does
has
it
to
go
do
No, you
flat?
with,
didn't.
like pressure. It's pressure.
No,
Yeah,
Well,
no,
pressure. Okay.
that's not the why.
yeah, it's a why.
No, it isn't.
Well, that's related to
So
it,
then you,
isn't it?
oh, wait, hold on. Now we got multiple globalists saying us and we. One
I'm
person
not a
says,
I'm saying me.
yeah,
I'll-
but one
I'll
person
talk for
says us.
myself.
One person says no. One person says yes. One person says this. This is a problem with you guys. You
Now I
if
want
you
you
haven't
to
actually
tell.
given
I
us
want you to
anything.
tell us
us
why
again.
does it
Who
does
tells
it go
us?
flat? Why
Yeah,
does
I
it go
just
flat?
told you. Pressure.
Us, you retarded cunt.
Yeah, there it is again. There's another
Fuck's
us.
sake.
You said
Look
pressure.
at. Are you able to think
You
as an
said
individual?
pressure. What does that mean?
Yeah, if you don't know what that means, that's another problem. Now we have to go back
All
to.
right, so
even
you won't explain
remedial.
it. So
Yeah, I
you
just
won't
did
explain
explain
it.
it.
All right.
He's not.
So-
gonna give
so
us
your
any
big-
coherent
your
big
explanation
reveal-
So no,
whatsoever.
the big reveal is this: that you guys pretend you have answers, but
Your
you
big
don't.
reveal is
You
that
don't
you
have
couldn't
any
even
answers.
you couldn't even
Crit.
explain why a soda went flat.
Yeah, this
Bro,
is
hang on.
no. The big reveal is that you don't even know answers when presented to them,
Hang on,
and you
hang on,
think you
boys and
have all
girls.
the answers.
Crit,
You
you
don't
got to
have
stop.
anything.
Crit, you got to stop. All right, I need to unravel all of this before
No, you
Jazza
don't.
goes
You need to-
mental.
all you need to
Crit,
do right now
overtalk me.
is sit down,
Do you want to be
and
muted?
listen.
Do you want to be muted? You're
For crying out
wait,
loud.
no,
So yeah, you just
personally
need to
mute you
interrupt and
myself.
just pretend
I'll be
like
able
you're
to hear
doing a
you.
monologue.
no, I'm trying to
That's what your
unravel
goal
this
is right now. Just to
Dude,
pretend and
that's
just
what
go
you're
on and
bloody
on in
doing.
monologue.
Davros, it's important that Crick go check the batteries in his CO2 detector.
Okay, quick, off you go. Go, Crit.
You want
Okay,
to
so
sit here
now-
and play these silly little games, Crit, after making
what
a
he's got.
fucking statement like that?
What statement?
CO2 detectors in your houses.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This is you guys missed the total point of the whole thing.
A dickhead. This is on the level of what you're doing.
No, this is not on the level. The level of what you're doing.
Are
is you
there
think you have-
CO2 detectors? Do people put CO2 detectors in their houses?
No, there's CO detectors.
Right. So why'd you say carbon dioxide?
That's what's in soda, you dumb fuck. You don't even know what gas.
Why did you say CO2 detectors?
Yeah, you don't even know what gas is in soda. That was what
Hey,
Satan Warriors.
yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You don't even know what
you don't even know
detectors
this.
people put in houses, Chris.
No, that's why I said put your Google down. Because I
Hey,
wanted
dumb
because-
fuck.
no,
Nobody Googled
yeah, it
anything, you
is.
fucking
You guys
retard.
had no idea what gas
Hey,
was in
dickweed.
soda.
You said CO2 detectors.
That
What's
was-
the matter with you?
Oh,
Yeah,
just
because you
mute the
don't
cunt.
even know that it was
What are you,
CO2 in
stupid?
soda.
Quit. You don't
that's
even
how
know
dumb
that
you are. This is so
carbon
dumb
monoxide
that you don't
detectors
even
are what
know
they put in houses?
what gas
Not CO.
is
Why are
in
there CO2 detectors in
soda.
houses, Crit? Are you
CO.
so fucking stupid?
This is how stupid you are. You didn't even know what gas was in soda.
Of course you
I
did.
never
We
mentioned
all do.
anything about the
You
soda,
did.
you retard.
This is the problem with you guys. You think you know everything. You don't even
No,
know what
quit.
gas is in soda.
Quit. Nobody
Shut
said
the
anything
cunt
about
up.
the soda here. I
Right
never
from the
mentioned the
very-
soda. I'm talking about you not knowing the difference between fucking carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide.
No, that's you that doesn't
And
know.
saying that's why people put CO2 detectors in their houses.
That's why you don't know this stuff. That's the breathtaking part about
I
it.
do know.
No, you don't. You don't. You
Crit.
have nothing.
That's how I caught you.
You didn't
I
even
got
know.
you, Crit. I got you.
No, I got you. You didn't even know what.
You don't even
You
know
said-
that people use
It's
carbon
in
monoxide detectors, not CO2.
Yeah, you can go back and rewind it.
See,
You're
we can
so
do this all
stupid.
day, Crit,
You
but
don't
it's
even know.
stupid.
We all heard it,
Like
man.
you.
Yeah, you don't even get this part. The
I
very
just
easy
went
thing.
back and
to
listen
do.
to it, Crit. You said
Did-
people put CO2 detectors in their house
No,
to
I did.
check
I
for
said
carbon
if somebody
monoxide.
was going to put a CO2 detector, where would they put it? Lower or higher?
Put it anywhere.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
that was
have
the test.
CO2 detector.
The
in
test
your
was to
fucking-
see.
Oh, fuck off,
Number
Chris.
one, the
No,
first
the
test was to
is
see if you
don't know
knew.
what you're fucking talking about.
No, the first test was to see if you even knew what gas was
You
in
just
soda.
can't stop
Oh,
monologuing.
fuck
The
off.
second test was to see if you knew if it was heavier or lighter than air.
He was testing.
Both
you
those
even
tests,
know-
you guys had no idea.
Oh,
This is
stop
why you
talking,
have to do.
dude.
This is why you have to
Such a
talk to
cunt.
globalists.
Why'd you call it CO2?
You have to talk
And
with
we're not
globalists with cell
globalists,
phones
for
down
fuck's sake.
because you always just Google shit and then come up with some sort of
Nobody
answer.
Googled anything here,
You guys had
motherfucker.
no idea. You
I
had
haven't
no
been
idea
Googling
what
all
gas
morning.
was in
What-
soda.
Dude,
course it's CO2.
You had no
Everybody
idea.
knows that.
All you
Oh
know
my
is that
God.
somehow CO2 is damaging
No,
damaging
no,
the
How
environment.
has nobody
Crit.
turned out your lights yet in real life? Jesus Christ.
We
Oh,
know
yeah,
how
so
a
there it
soda
is, right
stream
there.
works, and you have canisters of CO2.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what puts the
completely
fizz in
stumped
physics,
by
fucking
this.
carbon dioxide.
That's the best part. Completely
he's a
stumped.
terrorist.
Are you not listening to anything we
Goodness
fucking say? We
gracious.
know it's CO2.
No,
in
you
soda.
don't. You had no idea.
Yes, we do.
That's why when I was talking to Jazza, you couldn't even get through the
Oh,
whole thing with cell phones
Stop being
down.
such a fucking cunt.
I know. I'm more
You
sure
can't help
that
it.
you have no idea what
Right,
gas
you're
was in
getting fucking
soda
muted.
than I
I
am that the
listen to you.
Earth is
You're a
flat.
cunt.
Cunt by nature, it's all he
Well,
knows.
that's
No,
why.
no,
That's
I-
why
Yeah,
you're
this
so
is
convinced the
how
Earth is
far
flat,
it goes off
dumbass.
the
I've
rails.
put him down to zero. If he's got the balls to tell me, a fucking engineer, that I don't know what
don't
gas
know.
makes fucking fizzy,
No,
then
you
he
have
can
no
just fuck
idea.
off.
You've got no idea. You're completely
He can't
stumped by
hear
this.
you idiot. He's turned you down, you
That's
dumb
down.
okay.
fuck.
You rest
There's a
of
reason
I'm
we don't
talking to
have
the
carbon
audience.
Okay.
dioxide
It
detectors
shows
in
me
our
what type
houses.
of
What's the
trigger
problem?
stuff like
Breathe
this.
out.
What's the
Oh,
problem?
No.
this is just a shit show.
It's the
This is
Yeah,
the way it always turns
Crit-
into a
Crit-
shit
what's-
show. You
Crit-
can't
can
Why
watch
is
the
that,
globalists
Becky?
that
Why
way.
do you figure that is?
What's happened? We're talking
Because
about
Crit's a fucking spaz and he can't
Yeah, you
control
too,
himself.
Curve. You're a spaz too. Can't control yourself. This is why you've got these problems in life. Why you
No,
think
Crit-
having a
Chemo.
mute button
How did
makes
it
you a
get to this?
superstar. This is
There's
why
no-
you
there's-
have.
you
This is
fucked
why
up,
you
dude.
can
Own
only
it.
debate.
Obviously delusional here.
You can only debate with a mute button. That's the only thing you've got left.
Listen to him.
Crit,
He's
you gotta-
absolutely
you
out of
gotta
his
not
fucking
cut me
mind.
off, man.
I can't hear.
All right, so let's just go back to where we were.
Case of a planetary equator.
Check your CO2 battery detectors, chemo.
Yeah, check yours too, because you obviously had no idea
Yeah, but
what
Crit,
gas was in soda.
Crit,
Right,
what
that's
did
why
you
you
say?
called it CO2 detectors in houses.
Yeah.
Right, because
No, I
I
said
have
if.
no idea.
Yeah, because you don't even know what gas is in
Yeah.
soda.
Yeah,
Hey, Crit, why
we can
can't
do- I
you
can do
own
this
this
all day.
simple little
This
mistake?
is why the best thing that ever
No,
is to show
See, when
globalists
Crit's
have
called
no
out for
idea.
being wrong, this is what he does.
You
He
have
throws
no
a fucking
idea
tantrum.
what's in what any of this stuff
Fucking
means.
spins everything.
Wait,
You're
you're
a
doubling
fucking
down
child.
Completely
You
stumped
said,
You're an
by even
absolute
simple
fucking
idea
child.
of
you
what
said
gas
said-
is in soda. Completely
said-
stumped by it.
you said
CO2 detectors in houses?
He did.
CO2 is
No.
carbon dioxide. There's carbon
Correct.
monoxide.
But
detector.
if there was a
Correct.
carbon dioxide detector in your house, every time you breathe, it would fucking go off.
Correct, because that's what you breathe out. Carbon
Yeah,
monoxide.
No,
is
that's
a
not what I said.
byproduct from-
This
from
is the
your-
best part
from your
because
gas
you guys.
or
No,
oil-fired
Curve
boiler.
said that.
Yeah, Curve thinks that that's what Curve thinks because he doesn't listen. He's got no ability to understand information presented to him
Wow.
by
Oh,
Hey,
anybody.
dickhead, you
Chris,
can't listen.
Come on, man.
No, you
Chris,
can't listen,
calm
dude.
down.
You
You're
lying
complete-
fuckwit.
Yeah,
No,
this
you
is
can't
what you
listen.
do.
I asked you one thing, Crit.
Yeah, and you have
Why
no
did you
idea.
say CO2
think you're-
detectors in
I
houses?
told you why. I said
Welcome
if.
back to fucking
Why?
primary school.
Why?
This was to
Yo,
talk about
Crit,
to expose.
Crit, calm down,
expose
dude.
this.
Calm down, man.
Okay,
Calm
we're
down.
losing.
I was going to expose that you guys had no idea what gas was in soda.
Dude,
Yes,
don't
you have
insult them,
Why
man.
do you
No
keep
idea what
lying about that?
detectors they put in houses.
Yeah, I said right away CO detectors.
Yeah, we'll just come.
CO2.
You said CO2.
No, I said CO.
Yeah.
Give him rewind
No,
it back.
you said CO2.
No,
No, I said
Chris,
both.
I don't know. It doesn't
I was
matter,
talking
but-
right to Jazza. And I said both. And this is why you guys wait
Oh,
for
well,
one.
now
No,
he
Crit,
won't.
Crit, come on, man. Just calm down, dude.
Whoa.
Take the L, buddy.
Fuck Chris.
The
He
video
just sit out
says-
for a
Same
minute.
thing.
No.
You can't help yourself.
Hold on a second. This was a very comfortable
Sorry, I'll go out.
morning we
Just
were
got back.
having. We were having a very calm discussion. Whoa. Why are you muting him?
Because that's all he can do. He's a little cunt.
Hold on, Chris.
He's
Hold on a
just a
second.
little
Hold
cunt
on.
on the internet,
Hold on.
and he thinks he's a superstar.
Hold on a second.
Crit,
So,
calm down,
hold on
man.
a second. So we were having a very. It was pleasant. I was like, wow, is it gravity?
Work chemo.
Yeah, why is it like this now,
monologuing
Kev? What's
chemo.
going on?
The minute
Different
Crit got
timing.
called out for his mistake, he went ape shit.
No, bullshit.
He's been
I
spazzing
said
ever
the
since.
word, you can look back. I'll go word for word till you understand words. The problem is a cognitive dissonance towards flat Earth people that you just wait for something to start swinging on because you're just a bunch of monkeys.
Look, he's
You
got
think you
4
evolved
three
from
against
monkeys.
one.
That's why you act
There
like
we go.
monkeys.
Come on, man. Calm down, man.
Let me
You
start
don't gotta
again.
insult
I
me,
always
man.
like to start again. Like, can you start?
He's lying his ass off, chemo. Go back and listen
Yeah,
to
you
the
too.
fucking
Look
thing.
at this. This is the third time Curves tried to hit the mute button because this is the only control he
Stop
has in
doing
life.
that.
He's been completely,
Crit,
I invited him here
destroyed
to
in every way, every walk of life.
to discuss
This is
this
all
big
he has
question.
left.
No, dude, Crit, come on, dude. Just stop.
So look, let's go back again to make it simple, not difficult. Is the gas affected by gravity? If so, why isn't it affecting the gas in the bottle? It's not a hard question.
It's affecting them both.
It's pulled out of the bottle by the CO2 detector.
No, because there's a sphere, bro.
I missed all that.
The one, the one in the bottle's under gas pressure. It's not rockets and science. The atmospheric planic pressure is not.
Yeah, that's why I said. And guess what? They told me that was a wrong answer. So now, which one is it? Is Gaza also negated?
Is
I
the
said
gas
pressure too.
affected by gravity? Is the gas
What?
affected by gravity?
That's what we're
the
asking,
question,
yeah.
Jazakonda.
Becky,
Why is that-
Becky, I
Why are
love
we all
you.
breaking
How
down
are
with
you?
this very simple question?
Hello.
Hello, my neighbour across the Tasman,
Hello, my
1,800
neighbour.
kilometres away.
How do you do?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks.
So Jazza, do you
Wait.
see
Wait.
the problem with the gas rising in the bottle but not rising into space?
There is no problem.
Yes, there is no problem. They're two completely different things. That is the fundamental third question that is of the flat Earth, that the atmosphere is under gas pressure when it is fundamentally, as you said, you mentioned that word, is not under gas pressure.
No, but the gas in the bottle, is it affecting?
No. Okay, that's a completely different thing. The Earth has a pressure gradient. You can tell that. You can go to the top of Mount Everest without oxygen. On a dare from me, and please put on oxygen when you get to 20,000 feet or you'll fucking die. I want you to come back. All right?
That's already been destroyed, Jazza, because there's a mountain that's even further away.
I'll tell you another thing. Did you know that degrees in Fahrenheit, the temperature, at sea level, water, normal water, not salt water, boils at 100 degrees. Actually, it boils at 100 degrees up to a couple of thousand feet. But at the top of Mount Everest, water that was taken from sea level to the top of Mount Everest boils at 60 degrees centigrade. I don't know
Have
what
you
that
done
is in
that?
Fahrenheit.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't done that, but I haven't also taken a fucking tape measure to the fucking sun. So
So it's pointless what you're saying then.
Well, the
oh, so you
atmospheric pressure.
hang on, no, hang on. So you expect for a perfect measurement of the sun to have a tape measure taken to it? That's what you just said?
Have you come out of Australia before? Have you visited other countries?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Which ones?
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I've visited a
Have
country.
you been to Mount Everest?
No, I haven't.
Do you know anyone who has personally?
I know a lot of people. I know over 40 pilots that have been to fucking Antarctica. So my next question for you would be...
No. Have you?
No. Hang on there, big dog. Hang on there, big dog. Have I been to another country, you just asked me? Are you paranoid as fuck?
I'm asking you. Have you?
I just answered you.
Which ones have you been to?
Are you saying that you're not paranoid as fuck because you don't believe that I've done that?
Do you know anyone who's been to Mount Everest? Yes or no? You said no.
Yes.
Correct?
I've got a guy, I won't say his name, but he lives about 300 meters from me around the street. He's climbed Mount Everest 3 times. I live in a small alpine town. There's mountain guides that have climbed K2, Mount McKinley. I don't know if you don't know where that is. It's in the Rockies and Colorado Ranges. Mount Cook, I'll give you a wee clue. I live next to that. A lot of mountain climbers used Aoraki Mount Cook to climb because it's so technical that it simulates, not simulates, but it's as technical to climb as Mount Everest. A shitload of climbers climb Mount Cook. I fly the motherfuckers up there. Well, used to. So back to my question. Are you paranoid as fuck?
No, I'm just a normal guy, mate.
You sound paranoid as fuck as if you can't fucking...
Well, if I was paranoid, I wouldn't have my real name. So you don't have your real name. So I'm very confident on what I'm saying.
No, that doesn't mean shit. That means
Yeah,
that
it does. I think it does.
No, that means that you're paranoid as fuck and you need to find some friends on Discord. I'm just saying.
Do you know who I am, fella?
A friend.
Got more friends than you, my friend.
On Discord, I'm sure you do.
Okay.
So go back to your water. Carry on with your water on the mountain. Carry on.
I wasn't saying anything about water.
He was. Mount Everest. Mount Everest, water boiling, different temperatures.
Yeah, so as the altitude gets higher, the air pressure's lower, or do you not believe that?
I just wanted clarity.
Have you ever been on an airliner?
Sorry, I just went through the recording. Crit, you owe Curved a fucking apology. Unfortunately, because it's live.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Hang on.
No,
let me finish. Hang on, let me finish.
No, you hang the fuck on.
I haven't finished.
No, I don't know anyone's shit. You owe.
Right. So I went back through the recording. Unfortunately, because it's live and with the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, you don't know. Don't tell me shit.
Oh, I wasn't finished talking.
Why are you muting?
What is wrong with this
Crit
kid?
here? What's the problem?
I'm trying to finish.
Why
what
are you
I'm saying.
unmuting him, bitch?
Yeah,
why are you
look at you
muting
bunch
The
of
him?
motherfucker won't
You're
shut
a
up.
bunch
He
of
keeps
bitches.
talking over everybody.
You can't even
So
We're
that
in
he
the middle of a
so that they
conversation,
can't be heard.
Kev.
This is the
Emo,
problem.
you know exactly what's going on
No,
here.
you
Fuck
have
you.
no idea what's
Look,
going
we were
on.
in the middle of a conversation. We were in the middle of a conversation. Davros, he's here for entertainment.
Stop it, Chemo.
Curved. I've
You stop
invited him
it,
here
Curved.
to talk about
Grow
gas
up,
pressure.
chemo.
Grow up,
Crit
Curved.
will
You're a
not
little
let
baby.
anybody else speak in
You are
opposition
a
to him.
baby.
He
You
listen
interrupted
to
the
him.
conversation because you think
Listen
you're clever.
to him,
You're a
chemo.
bunch
He
of
will
cunts.
not shut up.
No,
Mute
you.
the fuck
You
up.
won't
This
be
is on you.
quiet, Curved. You keep on talking.
You're the
Oh, this is fun.
You're the problem, Curve, not
Crit
me.
did challenge us to go back through the recording, chemo, and that's been done, and he's been caught out. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately, I can't hold
Kev,
the
you need to stop muting
timestamp
him.
on. I can't hold the timestamp on the last 20 minutes of the video because it's live. It keeps shifting. Okay. Now the thing is, he did say carbon dioxide detectors.
We know he did.
Yeah, and the problem. What's the problem with that? I said if, right? If you have a carbon dioxide, you saying these things don't even exist, but yeah, you claim to be. This is an issue that you guys are so stupid.
You're lying again.
No, this
Let's
is the
get
problem.
past
You
it.
can't
Carbon
even listen to
dioxide
simple words.
detectors in houses for a very good
Let's
reason.
get past
Yeah,
That's
you
the
don't
gas
even
say you
know
made a mistake,
simple-
dude.
No, I didn't make a mistake. I was
Yeah, you
talking about what gases are heavier and lighter
Oh,
and where you would put said detectors. Then
Let's
you
get
have to
past
deny
it,
that
man.
even said detectors exist. At the same time, you got a guy talking
No,
about
it's
he's in
that you.
chemistry.
See,
No,
you're
it's like
mixing
you
up
think.
what you said.
You
I
think
went back
something.
through the recording.
Yeah, I went back
heard
through the.
what
I
you
know what I said.
You said they put
I'm not responsible
carbon
for what you heard.
dioxide detectors in their house.
Are you sure? Are you sure these
That
things
is
don't
what
exist?
you
There's
said.
no such thing as a carbon dioxide detector. That's what you're going
But
to
that's what
flag on?
you said.
Yeah, what did you hear? That's the issue. The problem is you don't listen.
I went through it
You aren't
twice.
even able to listen to simple words or understand ideas. This was all about explaining.
Okay,
The test
so
here
guys,
was that
go
you,
back to around 10
Yeah.
hours and 20 minutes and
you
listen
can go
from
all-
there.
you can
You'll
go through
hear
all
him
this all
say
you
it.
want.
It's
Okay,
cool, man.
You've got
It's
issues
cool.
with understanding
Let's
information
forget
presented to
about
you.
it. Let's forget about it, man. It's
He's
cool.
not
We
willfully
can get
lying.
past
He's
it.
unintentionally dumb as fuck.
Yeah, we'll get past it, man. We're
It's
cool,
very simple.
man.
You have to deny that carbon
No, come on,
dioxide
Crit.
detectors even
Come on.
exist. This is the level of cognitive dissonance it takes to be a globalist
Hang on.
in 2021.
You accused Curved of lying. I was then
Curved always
requested.
lies, dude.
Hang on,
This
hang
is
on,
what he
dude,
does.
I'm not finished.
I don't give a fuck what you think. If you try to,
How am I supposed
Man.
to have a conversation, man? Really? I was asked by not.
As
I
soon
was
as you try
asked
to
to
straw man my position.
I was asked to
Crit
go back
disagrees with
through
me.
the recording and
He
try and
disagrees
grab
with
the
me, mate.
I
audio.
don't-
He disagrees
And
with
like
me.
I said, the last 20 minutes, you can't find the fucking timestamp because it.
How you guys doing, man? Anybody here like Cheetos? Well, actually, I wanted to ask Becky. Have you ever been to New Zealand?
No, I haven't. I've never left Australia. The only overseas I've done is Tasmania,
Oh,
which is
yeah,
still
no,
Australia.
yeah,
But
yeah,
over the
yeah.
sea.
You've got an aunt there, right? But
Yeah, I do. That's right. Jeez, you've got a good memory.
yeah. Well, I've been around for a little while.
Yeah, I love it there. My aunt lives down in where does she live? She lives in Lorina, which is near Sheffield. It's lovely. It's beautiful. She lives off the grid, so she sort of uses candlelight and wood fire for heating and hot water.
Yeah.
And then she's got her petrol generator for a little bit of telly and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's an amazing life to live off the grid like that with no
Beautiful.
electricity. I mean, that's
It's
something else.
work. It's a work. Like you have to make sure that you've always got wood chopped and you've always got to have kindling because it gets cold down there and you need that to survive. So it keeps you nice and busy and it keeps you fit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's almost like halfway to Amish,
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've got their own little community down there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
They do a bit of
respectable.
bartering and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice place, Tasmania.
Yeah, I'd like to do that community like that for myself because sometimes society is just too much to handle.
Yeah, it gets a bit full on at times. It's nice just to have a break too and go for a bit of a holiday and just go off grid, even if it's for a week. It's just such a nice reset.
Yeah. Was that Sheeple's Phoenix that was in New Zealand? Was that the guy you were talking
Yes.
to?
Yep. He's in New Zealand.
Has
Oh,
he
was it?
ever
Wasn't me.
Wait, Jazzy.
Oh, sorry, that's Jazza. He's in New Zealand too. Yep.
Yeah, Jazza. Have you ever been outside of New Zealand?
Yeah, I have.
Where did you go?
All right, enough socializing, Jack. I don't know. Again, I brought up a very interesting point, okay, which will destroy the globe idea that we can have gas pressure next to a vacuum. Now we're told that gravity, Jazza, keeps the gas on the Earth. Okay.
Chemo.
Yes.
Forget gravity.
Okay.
Forget gravity. All right. Nothing you've said, even including gravity, proves that you can't make the atmosphere get swept off the globe. Just get that.
All I'm concerned with is gravity holding the gas on Earth down?
No.
So why is the gas clinging to the Earth?
I'm not going to go through it again.
And please stop calling it gas. You mean the atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's not gas
pressure. Chemo. If we had atmospheric planet pressure on a beach on the Gold Coast, then it would be the same at the dome. That's gas pressure.
Can you stop presupposing stuff? The atmosphere, is it pressurized?
I'm not
Is it pressurized? Is the atmosphere pressurized?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I don't want to call you a dumb motherfucker, but you keep bringing up the same shit.
Just focus on the question. Is the atmosphere under pressure?
Yes.
And that pressure...
And then you're going to say something, and then you're going to say the next question, I'm going to go, you dumb motherfucker. And then I'm going to get banned for no reason.
Don't be silly, Joseph. So look.
He's fine with being a dumb motherfucker.
The gas...
You're not going to get banned here, Jazza.
Yeah, you won't get banned. Don't worry about that. But just try and focus a little bit.
I am.
The gas...
Can you focus?
Jazza, relax, bro. Relax.
Okay. I'm going to relax right now. Chemo. You put air in your tire of your car, and the valve's right at the bottom of the tire, right? And you go, oh fuck, that looks a little bit flat. I'll put some more air in it, and it gives you a PSI, a gas pressure. And then, as a science experiment, I'll say to you, move forward half a meter and turn that gas valve around to the top of the tyre, and then do the exact same thing. Observe and repeat. Actual science.
What's the point of that?
And the PSI is exactly the same.
What's your point?
He's getting to
How are you not? Are you, farmer boy? You're fucking pulling the shit out of my ass, aren't you?
Well, they keep saying, "What's your point?" And I keep saying, "Let him fucking get to the point," because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. No, sorry. Chemo. So if the weight of the car is pressing down at the bottom of the tire where the valve is right at the start of the experiment, it would be lighter. The tire would be lighter at the top of the arc of the tire, wouldn't it? Where the valve is now.
That pressure comes from the walls. I'm talking about the atmosphere. Pressure, where does it come from? Gravity.
My fucking flying fuck train.
I didn't want to say you were wasting your time, but you were wasting your time.
Let's go with gravity.
Yeah, but I heard that penny drop from all the way over here, mate. And I'm in South Australia.
My fucking Jack Russell dog knows more than you do. Holy fuck.
All right, fine, but look, the idea is that gravity...
No, it's not fine. It's not fine. You just agreed that my Jack Russell dog knows more than you do. You need to agree that you're dumb as fuck.
Okay, but look, the atmosphere...
No, not okay. You need to agree that you're dumb as fuck.
Dear.
Okay, if you say so, but look, the question still remains.
I do say so, and you're dumb as fuck. And tell all your friends that they're dumb as fuck too, and I know you don't have many of them because there's 8 billion people on the globe and there's only 47 people in here.
Okay.
So...
The question still stands, though.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm Chemo's friend.
I'm not.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm Chemo's friend as well.
I would
I'm-
business
I'm-
if his brain was on.
Chemo,
Jazza, look,
I'm your
the-
friend
the-
too.
Jazza,
I
look.
want you to not be dumb as fuck.
Well, then let's go through this line of questioning. The atmosphere doesn't go into space because gravity, right?
What? The
The
flying
atmosphere
train.
here on
Very
Earth.
simple. Is it yes or no? Very simple, Jazz.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to agree. Let's carry on. This is going to be hilarious.
It's very simple. Yes or no. So you say yes.
I don't know what to say actually. Now that I think about it. But anyway, Chemo, I agree with you.
Okay, so the atmosphere without gravity would fly off into space, but obviously you have a force which keeps the gravity from going everywhere. So now, with
What?
this
No.
Coca-Cola
Yeah, what?
bottle, why does it go flat? Why doesn't gravity hold down the gas?
That's why we have a fucking atmosphere. Holy fucking flying fuck
No,
train.
he's trying to.
And then the
conflate
next step will be
with
what is
fizz in the
gravity,
bottle.
my friend. You need then to define what is gravity and what is it. What is it? What does it do?
We already did.
right.
Oh, good.
We already did that bit, Jazza. We already did it. Don't worry about it. If this guy's missed it, he's too late for the education.
Yep.
Jesus.
I'm too late for the
fuck.
education.
Well, you do need to define gravity. That is a good question.
You do.
What-
You can't
what
just
is
miss
it? Yeah, what is it?
Oh yeah, because ever since Newton, nobody's ever defined gravity. Yeah, that's
Did
right.
anyone?
It's
Did
not
anyone-
differential. It's not differential density. That's for sure.
Did it? Can every flat earther look up the news channels?
That's not our job, mate. If you want to cite it,
No. Hang on.
you don't
Nothing
need
to do with
send
the
it
earth.
to us. Your evidence.
Nothing to do with the earth. Nothing to do with the earth. Nothing to do with the earth.
So why are we
Look
watching
up-
the news then?
Look up NBC, ABC, CBS, and look up Boeing 777 engine failure.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Imagine being on the plane and looking out the window.
How?
Fuck.
How? Why in the fuck did all those bits and pieces fall to the earth?
So what does that have to do with gravity? What is gravity?
I've got no idea.
No,
Something
no,
to
no,
do
no,
with
hold on.
hang
No,
on.
we're
Just-
going to allow
you
them.
can't
We're going
fight
to
it
allow
and
them
say
this.
it then.
We're going to allow them this gravity thing momentarily because.
Okay, if you wish.
Oh, how
if
very
you wish.
generous of you.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a reason
I'm
for
not.
that.
Let's go
I
to
wish.
Barry
I wish
Allen
you would
as well.
explain
Yeah,
what it
go
is,
to
Chemo.
Narnia.
There's a
I wish
reason
you would
for that.
tell us what that gravity is.
Because if we can agree.
No,
that-
hang on. I'm not going to send you any links because you can. I gave you the.
Mate, you're
terms
spastic.
to
You don't
search.
even, you're claiming gravity and you don't even know what it is.
I
Madness.
gave you the terms to
Madness. So
search,
define it for us.
and you guys are shit hot researchers, so you should be able to do
Well,
it.
we can
yourselves.
define it. We can define it easily as attraction, but you guys
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
explain
exactly,
it.
Go ahead,
exactly.
tell
No,
us,
hold
tell
on,
us.
Mark, hold on.
Tell
Look,
us.
this is good. So, gravity is an attraction, which you say attracts the gas towards Earth. This is great.
Guess what happens?
Atmosphere.
Guess
This is
what happens in
fantastic.
that
This is
gas,
good news.
Chemo?
This is good news.
Guess what
So
happens?
now-
That's what I already told you. There's a chemical reaction, you
Mhm.
dumbass.
No, it's just
There we go.
gas.
There's-
A gas
there's-
is escaping.
Why does CO2 escape?
the gas is
So
escaping?
sounds
It's not
like
being-
everyone.
chemical
I've got it,
reaction, is
Cypher.
that
I'll
what you're
sort
saying?
it out.
So what we're saying,
I've
what you're
already
saying
posted it.
is that gravity is not affecting that gas.
I'm saying there's another force affecting it.
Oh, that's why does helium in a balloon sink in a vacuum?
So what force is that then?
Because there's no air.
Chemical reactions, Chemo. What I just told you.
That's not a force.
Last time.
Because
Yeah,
God
it is.
told them to.
Can
Oh
you
my God.
manipulate that force?
Yeah.
How would you manipulate your independent variable?
I'm not gonna deal with that.
Exactly. You're just making up
Perfect.
fairies.
Perfect.
And you know in
Yeah.
science we don't have time for made up poetry. You know that, monkey. Okay? So if you can't manipulate your independent variable, then you have nothing. Okay? So this chemical thing that you said you were able to manipulate, this force, is just out of nowhere. So what we need, Jazza, what we need is why gas was not
Or
affected
that
by
means-
gravity.
Or that means that you're completely paranoid if you can't.
I think
Except-
paranoid. You're using that word a lot. You're projecting, my
Crit,
friend.
Is Crit is Crit here? Crit, yeah, go ahead.
I
Crit.
am.
Jump in.
Yeah, you're
Because
projecting.
you guys, hang on. because you guys are pretty much saying that you will not accept the distance to the sun unless it can be measured by a measuring tape. It can be
Why
physically
are we moving on topics? Let's stay with this one. Let's get
No,
through this one first.
hang on.
And then
Because
when
you
you
guys
get
constantly
destroyed
say
on this one, we
have
can
to
then
be
move on to the
physically
sun, and
measured.
we'll destroy you again. Okay?
Crit, did you want to say
Sit
something
down.
about this?
Sit down.
Did you have a citation? I don't know what CB means, or
Yeah, where's your independent variable, Crit? Tell us that.
no, we're not talking about just.
No. We are.
Who the fuck is we?
Well, me and Chemo right now.
No,
and
we're not
Crit,
talking
apparently.
about that. You said you
Hey,
have.
let me see that independent variable, dude.
What are you talking about, Monkey?
Well, according to
Struggling to
you,
figure out
Chemo.
dumber or smarter than quantum eraser.
Yeah,
be honest.
according to you, Chemo, we can't accept anything without an independent variable. So
My
let me see that.
independent variable for the gas would be. You could go with gravity.
I want to hear it
right?
from Crit.
That's my predicted
hear
cause, Monkey.
Crit, what's your independent variable?
Well, we're gonna go
For
with
what?
gravity. Why'd you keep running away from gravity?
Crit, what's your independent variable?
Why are you
Independent
running
variable
away,
for what?
friend? We're on this topic, so stay with this one. Stop running
the-
away. Let's deal with it. Come
For
on,
the
fella. Come
soda,
on.
yeah, the force on the soda bottle. What's your independent variable, Crit?
The force on the soda bottle. What we're talking about? We're not talking
Yeah,
about that.
this
Yeah, we
guy-
are.
he-
What about the atmosphere?
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Next
we
to the
are.
vacuum. What, you
Yeah, we
scared?
are.
He
You
stroked
scared?
out.
So Crit,
You already
scared?
don't know what pressure
Crit,
is.
Are you
what's your
scared?
independent variable?
Yeah, you're already
Crit, not
stroked
listen,
out,
Crit,
dude.
Crit, ignore him.
Yeah, I know.
Ignore
He's stroked out. He's trying to divert the topic again
Of course
because
he
this is
is.
what they do. They want to make it about people and not about
Oh,
ideas.
yeah,
Because
now
they're
it's about ideas and people.
Yeah,
Why
that's
you
why you
running?
invoke
Why
we.
you running?
You can't think for yourself. You got to. You need
I can't.
group think.
I can't.
No,
All right.
you already invoked we multiple times and us multiple times. So you want it to be
Well, I'm talking to
tribalism.
you right now. So what's your independent variable?
Wait,
Independent
buddy,
variable for
stop
what?
running away. Crit's not going to tell you anything. You're going to stay with the gravity on here.
Well, I
on
know
Earth.
Crit's not going to tell me anything. You don't have to tell me
Yeah,
that.
don't worry about it. We're going to stay with this one then. So, yeah, what is gravity, fella?
Attraction,
Attraction of what?
particles,
Particles of what? Come on, let's go into detail.
Matter.
Come on.
matter.
Yeah, carry on.
That's it.
Twit.
Boom.
Is that it? So that keeps the gas on here on Earth.
Yeah, that applies to gas
Okay,
here on
I've
Earth.
got the.
And
I've
now,
got the
what is
thing
the
of-
cause of that?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have evidence to present of Crit being a lying motherfucker.
No, you're the lying
There we go.
motherfucker.
We're going back to that.
Yeah,
You guys
this is
are
they
so
can't help it.
bad.
They are globalists. This is always
man.
about
I've
people,
got your
not
voice.
ideas.
Time issues. I feel
Yeah,
sorry.
you're the
Got
lying
your
motherfucker because
voice.
I know what I said. I know what I was
Well,
talking about. I
I'm,
said right
I'm
from
still
the very
down to
beginning.
talk
Would you
about.
like
I'm still down to
No,
talk
Would you like
about
to hear
gas
it?
and attraction and all that if you want to.
You guys,
Oh,
this is what the
just
whole
gotta be
thing they
quiet for a
do.
sec. I've got it right here.
This is what they do all the time. This is all they got. They try to make
They're
it about
afraid
people
of you,
because they
Chris.
act like monkeys.
They're afraid of you. That's what it is.
Yeah, they are. They have to now in 2021. They have
fill
to
that shit up.
deny. Okay,
They
so
act like
that-
me.
They have to.
except
Yeah,
I was
They're
just
you have to
afraid,
deny.
mimicking
They are
chemo.
afraid. Just stick
So,
to the
all right.
topic. And just
You have to
accept it.
deny.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay, guys.
They have to deny
I put my hand up when I'm wrong.
carbon
I
dioxide
can't
is a real
be
thing.
wrong.
This is why. This is why they're everything they know about reality.
So you
is
don't want to hear
debunked.
the sound clip when you're
Pointed out
saying
the
carbon
Crit's wrong,
dioxide?
he spazzes
Yeah, I already
out.
know. This is it. You
All
have to
right, here we
deny
go.
that
On
they
an
exist.
autistic fucking
Can I
tirade.
give-
No, you don't
you might
even
want to
know
mute him
what
for a sec
gas.
while I play this.
Yeah,
You don't even know what gas was
shut
in
up.
soda.
Just shut up for a
No,
fucking
you shut up for a second.
No,
You,
look, he
yeah,
wants to
you put
play
me on
the
mute
clip
and now
of
you
you
keep
lying.
talking.
Oh.
You
Spurs,
don't
you
even
need-
know what a carbon. You
Spurs.
even know
Well,
what
if you
gas was in
notice,
soda.
what I can notice is that the ballers will be
Yeah,
abusive.
as soon as you try to make it about me, I'll make it about
Exactly.
you.
As
That's
soon as
what
they're
they
being
are.
abusive,
And that's
Wads,
why
you
they
can
put
see
CO2
immediately there's a
detectors
reaction.
lower numbers
What do we
of
do?
the
You
house,
don't have to
right?
drop to their level.
Yeah,
Crit,
you have to
don't
deny
go
it.
there.
There's
Hang
even
on,
CO2
what is-
detector.
CO2
Let him
coming
talk.
from the
Is he
soda bottle.
scared?
Yeah, you have
Right,
to deny
Let
it.
him talk. Crit,
Are
let him
you
talk.
guys okay, man?
No,
Yeah, with-
Crit's a piece of shit.
Yeah, you too. This is why you have the mute button. You can't.
on, man.
You
But
can't
hold
even-
on, hold on,
this
hold
is
on,
how
hold
you
on.
walk through
Look,
life,
look,
and that's
Crit,
all you
you
got.
get muted for fucking talking over
Let's
everyone and
say-
not shutting the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Deliberately speaking
No,
over
we're
You're a little
good.
baby.
Let them
They
speak.
can't be heard.
Now you see,
Speak.
Was
Let him hang
what the
himself.
cause
Cry.
is here.
You know, your whole was just
Can't we all just get along,
burst into
man?
tears.
Hey, what happened? I missed it.
Well,
I wasn't
what's
here.
happening is that when we're explaining,
Oh,
Crit made
would
a
like to
stupid
explain.
statement.
when we're
He got
explaining
called
the
out and
situation,
spazzed out ever since.
it turns personal very
Guys, it's
quickly.
still treating for even exist.
Nah, come on, dude. Can't
Crit's
we
a
all just
lying
get along?
fuckwit.
Yeah, you don't even
What
know
was
what
the
gas.
statement you made, Crit?
was
Crit, what was the statement you made, Crit?
Oi,
I'll play it for you. Was?
Kemo's trying to explain something. Listen to it.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning. Well, I don't know if you missed it, right? So I brought up another.
Yeah, hang on, I'll play the clip so everyone can hear it.
No,
why don't I
Okay,
just
no,
hear it? Hey,
everyone
Spurs,
needs to be
Spurs.
quiet while I play this clip.
Hang on, Cypher.
Stop, and I'll play the
Why
clip.
don't we listen to the clip, Spurs? That'll be more clear than a second-hand information,
I'll
right?
just tell you what I said. I was
Well, why don't we
talking-
listen to the original clip, mate?
No,
It's
because
better
they
than
clipped it.
second-hand information.
Because they didn't clip the whole conversation. They took a little
Play the clip.
one sentence out of context to make
Have
it
you
sound
heard
like
the
they
clip?
wanted something.
Have you heard the clip?
You
they've
haven't
got?
heard the clip
Yeah,
yet,
I
have you?
have. I listened to it. I saw what you posted.
Let's
It's
calm
complete. This
down.
is what exactly the type of bullshit and why QE does the same thing back to
you
you
heard
guys.
yourself saying carbon dioxide monitors in people's houses then, yeah?
Did I talk? What was I talking about? People's houses, or I talking about detectors?
You were talking about carbon dioxide
No, I
monitors
was
in
talking
people's
about carbon
the
dioxide.
meters that they use in people's houses
Yeah, I
when
was
you meant
talking
carbon
about-
monoxide.
You see, you took it out of context.
You want to hear it? Let's hear
I
it.
did
Let's
that.
hear it
Shut
for the
up.
room. Hang on.
Okay,
Stop
so
talking.
is that heavier
You're
or
so
lighter
stupid.
You don't even know what I was saying.
Let me ask Crit something. Let me ask Crit.
Slightly
Crit,
heavier.
let me
And that's
ask
why
you something.
It's playing right now.
right? You put carbon dioxide detectors on the lower part of the house.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
talked-
it.
You
Carbon
said-
dioxide detectors.
Yeah. So you're saying the carbon dioxide detector is not a thing? Those don't exist?
Is that what you said?
He
Correct.
just
What the
misspoke,
fuck, dude?
man. He
That's all
just
stupid.
Yeah,
misspoke.
but he denied it and called me a liar for pointing it out.
Because that's not what
He
I
couldn't
said.
just, oh, well, I didn't mean carbon
Let's
dioxide.
go back to
I
gravity.
meant
Yeah.
carbon monoxide.
dioxide
Alright, let's
is
go
the
back to
gas
gravity.
in
Let's keep
soda.
it on topic.
Now look,
Alright.
see what he's doing now? He's doubling
No,
down,
you're
and now
now.
he's trying to
Listen,
defend
you'll squeeze
the
it like a
carbon
little
dioxide
weasel.
after
Little weasel.
denying that he said carbon dioxide.
No, I
that's
did
cool.
say
That's
carbon
cool.
dioxide.
It doesn't matter.
This isn't
Doesn't
what
matter.
you guys
Crit,
think.
let me-
You think I said that people walk around with their
What matters
houses.
is you're a lying, slimy
this
piece
is
of
what-
fucking retarded shit.
you
That's
know
what
it's
matters.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you have to do the
fine,
same thing with
man.
a mute button. I can actually advocate for myself and
It's
tell you
not
exactly
fine,
what I
Wankus.
said.
It's not fine.
Yeah, this is
Just
fine.
stop, Crit. We're
This
cool,
is like
dude.
this is a happy horse shit. Because I was
Just-
talking
just
about
stop.
gases and which direction gases
But,
go. And if
dude,
you
are
were to
you
detect gases
denying that
and
that
where
was
you
your
would put
voice
gases, where
saying
you would
those
actually put them in
things?
the house, where you would
No,
put
it's
the
cool.
directions
Did-
you would
did you-
detect them.
Did you
Chris, let me
deny?
ask
Broken
you.
down the conversation between
Are you
me and Gaza.
denying what you said?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what I said. The problem
We've
is
got the
you want to hear
recording.
your
Everyone
stupid
just
shit.
heard it.
Yeah, you took the whole thing
No.
out of context.
Yeah,
Listen
I
to
didn't
the
hear
whole
it.
thing,
Cool.
and you'll
I
hear
didn't hear
exactly
it.
what I'm
Fine,
talking
It's
about.
cool.
It's
Cool.
You
all
think this is
recorded,
why?
but
This is
he
why
did
you
lie.
guys.
This is why. This
This
is
is
like
why
when
QE
Flatwater got busted saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, there are no flights over the
Well,
Pacific Ocean," and I
just
never
let
said
him,
there weren't.
This is
explain.
why
Let him
QE does
explain,
this
and then we
stuff
can
to
kind of
you.
move on. So just
Yeah,
explain. Let him
Crit,
explain.
let me ask you.
Well, hold on.
This is why-
Hold on. Let him explain, and then we can just move on. Simple as that, right?
Yeah,
No,
this
let
is
me
very
just-
simple. I'll break it down.
because-
So simple.
His
even
explanation
locals
is a
will get it.
lie,
It's cool.
Kimbo.
No,
It's cool.
this is why QE does the same thing to you guys. Takes one thing you said out of context, then calls it his numpty clips, makes fun of you because it's very easy when
I
someone's having
stopped
a casual
stopped
conversation
it early,
about which
you
direction
lying piece
gases
of
go.
shit.
What's your claim, Crit? What's your claim?
That if you're the claim was when you have a soda bottle that's got carbon dioxide in it, the carbon dioxide is going up and down the bottle. It goes flat. And if
That's not what
that's
she said,
directly,
dude.
yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Hang on. Then why do you put CO2 detectors in the bottom of your house?
Yeah, we're talking about lower level, right? CO2 drops. CO2 doesn't
What,
rise.
so are you hearing this? Was
Is it CO2 or CO, man?
how is the CO2 detectors in the bottom of your house going to detect anything in the bottle?
You can also pull it out the top as well.
But he
No,
literally
See, like,
said
you don't
carbon
even get what I'm
dioxide
talking about. See,
detectors.
the
But he
house were
literally
tripped
said
up.
All depends
carbon
on what
dioxide
house-
detectors.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
let's
where it
break
is.
it down. Are there carbon dioxide detectors?
No, it's
No, this
carbon
is where you're
dioxide.
There's
lying.
not. There's
Crit.
no such thing as carbon
You
dioxide
got it
detectors.
wrong.
You made a
Take the
mistake,
L.
dude.
No, I didn't make any
can
mistake.
No, you
can
misspoke.
get
It's
carbon
fine.
dioxide detectors, but you don't fit them in houses because we
No,
breathe out
it was
carbon
because
dioxide.
I was talking about if you were going to do this type of experiment, you want to detect carbon dioxide.
No,
you
you said
run
this
hot.
is why people put carbon dioxide
No,
detectors
That's not
in
what I
the
said.
lower levels of their house.
Yeah, this is why you guys
Yeah,
are
you
all
don't
kinds
do
of
that.
fucked up again. Instead of listening,
Can you just
You're
Yeah,
wrecking
here.
yourself, Crit.
no,
Holy
this is
shit,
what
dude.
this is a problem with you guys.
You
You,
just-
you do
Crit,
the
You
same.
can't
This is
accept
why.
a mistake.
Going.
Yeah, this is
Crit,
why.
just
Like,
ignore
man.
him. Crit, just ignore him. Say nothing. nothing.
No, this is what they need to know why Huey does the same thing to
No,
them.
we're cool, dude. Let's move on.
They
Let's
need to
move on.
understand that why when
we're not
Huey takes and chops up their what they talk about.
We're
to make
not
it seem
cool
like they
because
said
he
something
made
they didn't.
accusations about someone that was unfounded.
Accusations about who?
Okay,
You guys brought
right,
accusations about
Crit,
me.
Crit, what was the accusation?
move on,
Let's
dude.
quickly knock it out. Quickly, go. What was the accusation?
Look,
He
this
said
is not
curb
about
line.
whether
Hold
Crit made a
on.
mistake or not. The mistake is not the problem. The problem is Crit's behavior when something like this is pointed out.
Okay,
And his inability to have a rational fucking
great
discussion
stuff. Okay,
with
so
anybody. Shut your fucking mouth.
Crit will
His
now
inability to
behave himself next time.
dickhead.
Yeah, now we can move on.
Shut your fucking mouth until I'm done.
You're so
You are
aggressive.
done.
You
You've
understand
been
me?
done for a very long
think you
time.
need a
Kurt.
hug, mate.
You've got nothing left. You're just a monkey that you think you evolved from a monkey.
Crit.
So you
Yeah,
act like
yeah,
a
get away
monkey.
from me.
You've got no control in your life.
Crit.
You think a mute.
Problem is Crit.
Look at now talking about my
What
age.
to do?
Amazing, isn't it? This is
When
what
Crit
they do.
is challenged or shown to be wrong, he spazzes out like this, goes on these fucking tirades, talking over everyone. You can't have a conversation with somebody like that.
Okay,
So fucking
here's-
retard
let
my
me-
boy.
It'll change. It'll change.
Let me ask you a question, Crit. Let me ask you a question. I wanted to ask you a couple minutes ago. You there, Crit?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, and I'm serious. Why do you believe the heliocentric model is reality?
We've done this already. It was fun the first time, and then maybe not fun right now.
All right, man. I just wanted to take your mind off of just come on. Well, ask me why I think that. I mean, I don't know if it's getting old, that's fine. But I just. Oh well, I can't.
Jankus.
Farmer's boy.
It's getting old, mate.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you stop asking your
so-
fucked up backwards questions?
Well,
No,
so
I mean-
is that. So is this conversation about some dumb carbon dioxide shit, man. It doesn't matter. Let's move on to
It's
some
the,
better points.
it's the principle, mate. It's the principle.
yeah,
The
this
fact he called Curve a fucking liar.
No,
for
you tried to
something
make
that
fun
was
of me for
actually
something out of
true.
context. I
Listen.
draw a line in the sand. As soon as you
He's
try to
still
make a
doing it.
conversation about me, I'm going to make it about
Listen.
you.
Listen,
That's
it's
exactly
not
how this is
Jankus.
going
Well,
every
yeah,
time.
let's not
Listen.
make it about the individual. I think that's the problem. I think when you start talking about people like they're not here, I think they're automatically.
No,
want
I
to
was
defend themselves.
defending Curved.
Well,
Okay.
let's not make it
No,
about the
defend it.
individual, eh?
No,
Let's
it
This was
talk
the
about
problem.
people
You
like
just had to ask what I
defending him
said.
personally. It was defending the integrity of the fucking
No,
room.
he has no
Well,
integrity. This
well,
is about
then
the
let's
context.
get back
integrity.
to
Let him-
science.
let him-
integrity.
There is.
Let them kiss and make up, man. Just let them kiss and make up, and we can move on.
If
man.
he takes
Shut
the
the
L,
fuck
and
up, Wankus. None of that's happening.
It's not wankus or jankus. It's huge anus.
You goddamn right it is.
Mel,
You can't
calm
even
down,
dissect your
buddy.
syllables properly. Merle, what's wrong?
Calm down, Mel. You're a bit loud in the mic there, mate.
It's huge anus.
There you go.
No.
That's me. All right, Curbs. Well, speak your piece.
Mel, tell them what
Just need
time
to
it
hear
is.
baby
Mel.
cry.
Crit's a retard and fuck you,
Yeah,
Wankus.
he'll just keep crying. This is all he does every day. He's
Yeah,
just
but
on the
Crit-
verge of tears
Crit,
all
you
day
were
long.
caught lying, buddy.
No,
Rest
I
in
didn't
peace,
call him.
heliocentrism.
So stop
I
it.
said exactly what I was saying. What I was
This
talking
is
about.
all that Curved and Davros
Hey,
are doing. You.
Crit needs some
I don't want to hear
definition.
Crit. I don't
No
want to hear Crit at all.
conversation
I want to
at
hear
all.
Can we get some
Chemo,
diaper rash ointment for Crit?
Chemo. Who's the
A
other dude that you
pacifier for
brought?
Curve.
Who's the other dude that you brought in here to be a flat earther?
Well, I didn't actually bring him in, but Mark.
Yeah, Mark. I want to hear him. I don't want to hear Crit. Crit's dumb.
Well, we do want to hear
Yeah,
Crit, but it is. We do have Mark here. So, Mark, are you with us? You've been muted.
Yes, friend. What's up?
Okay, so just break it down. Tell these guys why we're not on the globe, or why we are on a globe, however you understand it.
Well, first of all, we're not on a globe. I did think we was on a globe, obviously, all my life. But obviously, bumping into this flat Earth by accident, didn't mean to. The reason why we're not on a globe because it's obviously flat.
Okay. What about the
Simple
pictures
as
from
that.
space, dude? Pictures. What about those?
Apollo 11, bro.
Mark.
What, pictures from
yeah.
space?
Go on, yeah, pictures from space.
Well, like I said, I used to think they were real. I didn't think about CGI, things like that. You just look at it automatically and you think, yeah, it's real. what NASA says is real. That's what it looks like when you're looking at it. But when you actually critically look at it and think about it and how technology has moved on, we all know it's fake, CGI fake.
But when they went to the moon, they never had CGI. So how do you explain those images of the Earth?
It's a movie set. On a movie set, straight up. But again, you don't think about it. Look, we're all brought up to think we all live on a sphere. Even my 5-year-old son, he goes, "Oh, we live on a sphere." I even have conversations with him, and he's like, "No, we live on a sphere. We live on a sphere." But it's what they've been brought up with. It gets drummed into us at a young age, and we just can't critically think and see what
made you learn it was not that way?
Hold on.
I'm being honest.
Hold on. And one last question. So, Mark, why would they lie about the shape of the Earth? Why would they lie about all of it?
Well, there's many reasons. There's money. Obviously, how much money they make for the industry, mainly NASA. How much they make, and also there's two other things, but I can't say
what
if it's
do people
true,
who control
it's
the
fact
world
or
think
not.
with
The
money?
two other things are, which are there's probably more land out there, and there's two other aspects which are there indigenous people living there already? Does the government want to learn from their mistakes from the past, like what happened to the Native Americans and things like that when the Europeans travelled over to obviously South America, when they went there and took land? I think the government, I don't know, or is there a race there who are obviously have more technology than us and told us to fuck off, basically? There's lots of different reasons why, if there is more land, but I can't say if that's true or not. But
So what was the thing?
I do know that the Earth is flat.
What was the thing that made you come to that conclusion? Like, what made you think that?
Just researching. So researching for 5 years and going over it and looking at different things. Obviously, yeah, and just picking up information and obviously discounting that information if it's not true, and then moving on to the next thing. And the last bit I said about other land, do I know if there's other land? No, I don't, because I haven't been there, so I can't prove it. So that's just speculation. That's just a guess.
You don't need to find
again,
another.
That can't be proven either.
You don't need to find a different race to be told to fuck off. I mean, I can do that.
I can't hear you. Sorry, mate.
Mark, how do you know you're not crazy and you're being deceived by the flat earthers? Mate, how do you know you're not just following the hype because you maybe want to be special? You want to know things that other people don't? I mean, how do you justify that you're on a flat earth?
You can just use your logical sense. I'm quite a clever guy. I got a degree in sports science, and I got a science degree. So
got a science degree in what? What's your degree?
Sports science.
Sports science.
Sports science. Okay. Okay, carry on.
So I'm quite well educated. Got a decent job, and so that's my sort of where my brain is at the moment. I've travelled around the world, and I've experienced a lot of stuff. And I just know it's flat, my friend.
Okay.
Did you just say it's a big sphere? A lot of stuff.
Experience.
It is a sphere, man. It is a sphere.
A big sphere and a lot of stuff. I was like, yeah, sure thing.
So sports science is pretty much it's
Now,
biology,
Mark,
isn't it?
Mark, you seem pretty sure of it. Like, yeah. That comes with a certain level of dedication or belief, right? Like, there's something that must convince you that it has to be right.
I just want to say hello to the fellow flat earther. It's refreshing to meet a new flat earther.
Becky.
Yeah, and also the work that Nathan Oakley has done, QE has done, and also the first one to start was obviously Mark Sargent. That's the one, obviously the first video you see, and that opens you up. But obviously, looking at Nathan Oakley and QE and the science that they've done behind it, that's also helped as well. And it's helped everyone actually look at science in a different way. I now look at science in a different way, and we can actually critically analyse what science is, which I wish I had that probably 10 or 15 years ago, especially when I was in school and education.
So what you're saying is you think we're not in a heliocentric?
Bless you.
No, I
Yeah,
think we're in a geocentric.
So we're not going around the
And
sun. Is that what
what
you're
does
saying?
geocentric mean?
Where that the Earth is stationary at the center of whatever we're at the center of, and the sun and moon and the stars are above us, and they go around us. And I
Yes,
wasn't.
That doesn't
I
mean that the Earth is
well
flat.
done, fella.
Wait. I wasn't religious 5 years ago. I was an atheist, and I work in an environment where mainly everyone is Muslim, Bangladeshi, that sort of type of their culture. And they would always say to me, "Are you religious, Mark?" Oh, no, I was an atheist. I was into science. I was into sci-fi. But then obviously, I step into this and find out this sort of information, and it makes you think, and then you dive into it, you research, you back it up, and you look at what the science is saying.
Who's coughing on mic?
Wait, yeah.
Who's
Come
the
on,
filthy
man.
bastard coughing on the mic?
Lost
Why-
in tartar sauce. Can you mute, please?
And why is Farmer coughing too, man? Come on, you got COVID.
I'm not coughing.
You
No,
cough,
it's
man.
lost in tartar sauce.
Yeah, mute him.
You know what? I will mute him because he must be AFK and having a.
I haven't got COVID. I got vaccinated. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
Get
go
another
ahead.
one, then, man.
Carry on,
Sorry
Mark.
to interrupt you, Mark.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
Well, you were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Well, I mean, you were in the middle of a story.
Yeah, can you tell me where I was?
You were talking. You said you got your degree, and well, I don't know, Becky. Do you know where
What-
he was?
What were you looking into before you got to Flat Earth?
Funny enough, I was looking into that. Obviously, when you're watching documentaries like UFOs and things like that, that's what I was looking at. And I was into science. I was into space. So it's not something like I never believed in space and things like that. It's something that I did believe into it. I did enjoy watching movies and looking at documentaries and finding them interesting and thinking about aliens and things like that. But obviously, when you get out of that and you look at, obviously, you research and you look into it, it's absolutely nonsense what you're looking at. So, by looking at it, by looking into flat Earth, it opens your mind and you can see the true reality of where you are. If that makes sense.
Well, what caused you to look into it?
Yeah, I was going to say, but what about all of these people here are all globe earthers? How can you not convince them, but how can you show?
Do you know what?
I'm not a globe earther.
Do you know what your job is? It's not to convince them. It's just to show them, and if they want to believe it, they'll believe it. It's not even believe. If they want to take the information, let them take it. And if they don't want to take the information, let them be.
That's why I was asking you.
I find it funny that they tend to
Let them
jump
cry.
in and hang out here. So I find that quite
Well,
odd.
that's why I was asking you what the information
I hang
was,
out with the
so that
globers.
we would know it.
Well,
Yeah,
how did
would you
Mark,
show them?
How did he come to it? How did he come to Flat Earth?
No, Mark,
How
what I
did he
mean
come
is,
to that?
How did you come to the truth?
do you tell friends, family? Do you keep it to yourself?
No. I tell everyone, my wife about it. I tell brother-in-law, her father-in-law when they come over for Christmas and things like that. I tell them all the time, and we have debates and arguments all the time. I tell my own family about it. I work in an education system where I teach, and I even tell some of my staff members.
Be careful, Mark. Don't be telling them too much because they'll be finding out where you work, and they'll be on.
No, they won't find out where I work. But I'm just that's
be careful.
That's the honest truth.
So,
Well, how
Mark,
did you-
except for the stuff in your head, mate, what evidence have you gathered?
Stuff in your head.
What do you
It's
mean?
not in your head, Marcus. Don't let him say them things.
Go on. Now it's the board. You're gonna get questioned heavily. Go for it.
They're already insinuating this shit's in your head. Like they're already trying to say it's some sort of delusion. You know what I mean? Inadvertently, they're just basically saying, "Yo, it's all in your head." Oh yeah, that's just an.
Well, he hasn't provided any evidence.
Goodness me,
He hasn't
Brummy.
provided any evidence to back himself up. So
Brummy.
far, it's been in his head. I'm
Where's
just
your
asking
evidence
for
for
the
gravity?
evidence.
Where's your evidence for gravity?
That's not the question, Brummy. I'm
I'm
asking
saying,
Mark.
you ain't
mate.
got no evidence. He's got no evidence. Same.
You can
Yeah.
be quiet, Brummy. I'm asking Mark.
Welcome back, Brummy.
Welcome. Missed you all.
So what
We
did you
missed
say,
you
fella?
too.
Can I ask Mark?
Just
how he
asking you
came?
what evidence you've gathered to support your thoughts.
Your thoughts.
So what evidence in terms of what? What do you mean? What evidence? What do you mean?
The flat Earth. He
The shape
wants
of
to
the Earth.
know. He wants
So
to know
my
why
evidence-
you're so convinced.
Anything? Any topic?
Is it just a
What do you want to
belief,
talk
Mark?
about?
Is it
All
just
of them.
Is it just
all
a
of the topics?
Yeah.
All of the topics. Yeah. What one would you like?
What have you got? Evidence. We want the evidence.
So evidence. All right. Let's start with this one. Let's start with gravity.
Go on. What evidence have you gathered for gravity?
Well, I don't believe in gravity, so I have no evidence for gravity. It doesn't exist.
Right. So let's. Okay, you got no evidence for gravity. Let's go to the next one.
Things falls.
There is no evidence for gravity.
Their weight.
You've got no evidence for gravity.
Neither of you.
So let's go to the next one. What evidence have you got for the next one?
How can I have evidence for a spaghetti monster if it doesn't exist?
You guys are funny.
Sorry to interrupt, but
You're not sorry to interrupt. You're doing it
I
constantly.
am because you're just constantly asking questions and dominating the room, and I'm trying to
No,
correct you on your false.
Oh, so
your
you're
loaded
trying to
questions.
dominate the room.
No,
you're
well,
trying
what
to
it
give
is,
him loaded
Brommy-
questions and insinuate certain things.
No, but
You're
what
not
it is,
being
we've got
asking fair questions.
We've got Mark
Sorry,
Brommy.
So,
He's
so Mark, what other evidence have you gathered?
He's new, Brommy. Just give him a chance.
Yeah, I want to hear Mark. It's very interesting.
What evidence have I gathered?
Yeah, what evidence have you gathered?
In terms of
the shape of the Earth.
The
Yeah,
shape
how
of
did you-
the Earth. I don't know.
What
I don't believe
have
in
you
it.
measured? What have
I'm
you
not
physically
sure
done?
It's not a shape.
Well, how did you come
Well,
to
what
the
have you
flat
physically?
Earth?
Okay.
Sorry?
One question at a time. Just let Waz do it.
Go ahead then.
No,
Everyone's
Waz,
actually-
fine. Brommy,
I'm-
Brommy, just let
I'm-
Waz and that do their thing.
get-
Goodness
I am. I'm
sake.
trying to tell someone else. I should have Pasaki, man.
Just let him
Well,
carry
I
on.
was getting to the point. I was getting to the point he was, but I was saying it in a flat earther way. How did you come to the flat Earth? What made you think the Earth was flat?
What made me think the Earth is flat and not a sphere? And not a sphere?
What convinced you? What was the three things that convinced you the Earth was flat?
Because logically, looking at the ground that I walk on and I drive on, go by boat on, it's flat all around, and I don't go over a sphere. There's no edge that I go over.
But what was the proof that convinced you that it was actually flat? What proved it to you?
I will have to say, I think QE has smashed it with the Black Swan. So the radius of the Earth, the Black Swan.
So we
that's
see
pretty
too
much
far.
smashed it for me.
So we see too far, is what you're saying.
Edges.
Sorry?
We
It's
see
when
too
the
far.
spears have an edge.
I can't hear you.
We see too far, is what you're saying. Oh, was he?
No, he's
I
not
thought
saying
he-
that.
See too far. No, I'm just saying the Black Swan.
Yeah, we see too far. Yeah, because the radius 1.225 times the square
God.
root of the observer's height in feet. Yeah, we see too far depending on how high.
Yeah, so you see too far. So get it in your head. You see too far.
Yeah,
Is
compared
that-
to the model that they have presented us with.
So why the
sphere.
fuck you seen too far? Oh, refraction. Oh, excuses.
So
It looks
that's,
flat 'cause-
that's it in a
But
nutshell.
that would make you question things, but something made you really certain.
Is that Brommy? Just go out your front
Indeed.
door, look
Why
for an
not?
horizon, and walk towards it and see what it fucking does. There you go. It's as simple as that.
It constantly moves forward due to your position. So the closer
Why
you get
does
to it, the
it?
further
Why
it moves.
does
So-
it? Why does it
'Cause I-
constantly move forward due to your position, even though you're walking towards it?
Why does it? Because because you can never see it because it's never there. It changes due to atmospheric conditions. But it's not my conversation. It's all about Mark right now.
So if you end up going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, where do you end up?
You never move anywhere, so you never experience any curvature. That's the whole fucking point.
never move
When you're on a
anywhere.
plane, you fly at 500 miles an hour towards the horizon, and you see no curvature. The plane does not adjust its nose. It doesn't change its. Nothing happens.
Bullshit.
Nothing changes, bro. You're stuck in a
Bullshit.
position. No matter how fast you move in any direction, you're always
Bullshit.
stuck in the same position.
No bullshit. You're not. You're walking fucking forward. You're moving.
Yeah,
Your
and nothing
legs are going
changes.
fucking
And nothing
forward, you
changes.
nugget.
Absolutely nothing changes.
You mean
Relax.
nothing changes?
Nothing
Relax,
changes.
Sal.
Literally what I'm saying.
You are so fucking retarded.
I can't
All right, I'm
believe
the
I'm
retarded
hearing
one. So
Brommy
what changes
say
then, mate? All right, what changes? You explain to me what exactly changes.
The fucking ground that you're on, you end up in a different fucking country, don't you? you nugget?
Okay. Do you go over a curve then? Do you go around a curve? Do you see a curve? This is the question at hand right here.
No, because it
Obviously,
was
we changed
so big,
location.
you never
Obviously, the
fucking
location
noticed.
changes. You don't even get the conversation that's being had.
Because it was so big, you noticed.
Or you're just going to keep shouting like you're louder, then let's leave the
You don't
conversation.
fucking listen, do you?
Do you have a citation?
All you fucking do is fucking talk like that. I
don't give a fuck. You can attack the man, but you're not really attacking the fucking question, are you?
So
you're attacking an idea. Don't attack someone else like a fucking bitch, you retard.
You fly 500 miles an hour towards the horizon, nothing changes.
Let's attach a line on a bit of string. Go on.
Oi, Brommy, listen up. So the black swan, we see too far. Why do we see too far on a sphere?
Because apparently it's due to the atmospheric conditions.
Let him say it. Why do we see too far?
What are you asking me then?
Yeah, we were just interrupting him.
What are you on about? What are you actually talking about?
Tao, shut up. Shut up, Tao.
Who's that talking? Which one's that?
That's Monkey.
Shut up,
Tao.
Monkey, go on, speak, mate.
No, that was him.
So you're a flat earther that's telling me to shut up? Are you a glober?
I'm confused. Who am I talking to?
Anyway, Rummy, go ahead and answer the
can't
question.
defend bullshit, can you, dickhead?
Is it
Rummy?
What a fucking retard.
Is it Monkey?
No wonder I shout. Do you know why I shout? Because you don't listen.
Brummy, go ahead and answer the question.
I think you need a job, mate.
I already answered it, bro. I think apparently you see further than you should because of atmospheric conditions, bending the light over a curvature, that abduction. But I can't get my words out because, there's somebody very destructive in the room.
You fucking talked a load of word salad bullshit that don't mean nothing. That's all you've done. And the more you word salad bullshit, the less...
All right, Tal, I got one for you. How does light bend over a flat plane?
Fog.
What?
Fog. Fucking
it doesn't, does it?
Light and it'll fucking scatter. There you go.
There you go. Right. There you go, people.
How does a light bend over a flat?
You're in a dark room and your light, the fucking light will fucking reflect off you, not the dark room. There you go. And it'll make you look smaller at the back of the dark room because it fucking takes the light longer to reflect back off you out of the dark room. There you go. If you walk towards the door, you become bigger. Because the light can fucking see all of you and it can reflect off your whole body. There you go. So it's not that fucking difficult, is it, to understand?
I hope you're doing well, Tal.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah. Can we get back to Mark, please? Because,
No, you ask me stupid questions that don't need to...
Tayo, just get a rest, bro.
How can you ask me questions?
You're triggered. You're just rambling and ruining the conversation.
You're asking irrelevant questions.
Just get back to Mark, please.
Get back to what?
Come on, brother.
You're wasting our time.
Calm down, please.
No, it's not a case of that. You're
wasting.
wasting.
Can we talk to Mark instead, please? Can we all get back to Mark?
No.
5 fucking years talking about the same shit. Every single fucking
Nobody's
day.
asking you to be here. Nobody's saying you need to be here, okay? You're here on your own accord.
How many times do you need telling the answer to
You
the
can
question?
always leave the group and go and have a cup of tea.
How many times do you need the answer?
Go and watch
A million
Coronation Street.
times. What, do you think the answer's going to fucking change overnight?
Go and watch some Coronation Street.
Go
watch some Coronation
watch
Street,
some fucking paint dry, because that's what I'm doing here.
Forgive you,
You're here on your own accord. Nobody's forcing you to be here.
I'm here listening to the same shit.
Gravity's not forcing you. Gravity's not forcing you to be here, Tao. Gravity's not forcing you to be here. Gravity is not forcing you to be here.
Irrelevant. So are you.
I forgive you, Tao, man.
Conversation, you're irrelevant. So why are you speaking? You're irrelevant.
Tao, listen, buddy. The freaking person talking is asking questions and has never been here and asking these questions.
They're irrelevant. Doesn't matter whether it's not been here before.
That's your subjective.
And it's irrelevant.
Yeah, we forgive you, Tao.
That's subjective, though. We're trying to make
irrelevance is subjective. How?
Well,
all right. Hey, reel it in. Reel it in.
I will.
Calm down.
Here's the relevant.
Talking to Mark. Hang on, Sheeps. We're talking to Mark. We're talking to Mark. Mark.
Thank you.
You want to take control of irrelevance now?
Tao. It's all right, mate. Let's just take it in turns. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, that was quite the segue.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
You were going to provide us with what you have done to show you that
Black
it's
Swan.
not.
I said it. Black Swan. and he didn't like
No,
it.
what you have done. Have you done anything yourself?
Or any experiments?
Or anything? Observations, experiments, whatever you want to call them.
I've done observations in my hot tub.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I'm being honest.
Okay.
TMI. Now listen.
What have you? I'm going to tread on some probably prickly ground here, but what have you done in your hot tub to show that the Earth is what you think
Come
it
on,
is?
that's a bit personal.
No,
I told you I
I'm
was standing on
serious. No, I've done lots of taking pictures of the moon, obviously during the day and during the night, and basically seeing the stars move and the patterns, and just recording where they move from my location. So obviously, and then obviously going to America as well, where I went in the summer to Florida, looking at looking at the stars and looking at the moon and the difference of the shape, has it turned over, and then also when we went to California, also again looking at the stars and the moon and how it looks in the sky. From obviously I live in England, and seeing what the picture looks like when you move around in England, and just looking up in the sky. So all my stuff that I've done is basically looking up, because we tend to not look up.
Okay, so you're happy to look at the sky to work out the shape of the ground. That's great.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm looking at movement patterns of the moon.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at patterns above to see
those patterns and movements.
Obviously, the heliocentric model thinks that we spin, which we clearly don't spin. It's the stars and the moon and the sun that is above us.
Yeah, so those patterns and movements you observed gave you an idea of what the ground is. I get it, yeah. So what did you use to look at the moon? How did you look at the moon?
I used the camera and zoomed in and out and took video recordings and pictures.
Right, and what did you determine from the video recordings and pictures?
It's just more observations and locating patterns. That's what I personally have done.
What did the Southern Cross look like in California?
Well, how do you equate that back to
the ground that I'm standing on?
Well, the Earth not being a globe. I mean, how did you equate it to equal that?
Looking at the evidence, what the globe says. The globe says that we spin at the equator, for example, 1,000 miles per hour. We don't feel that. And when I play sports, Neil deGrasse Tyson says when you throw a football or a Nerf ball, the ground obviously spins underneath that ball that you've just thrown or you've just kicked. So I play football, and that's what I do. So when I'm playing football, I'm not thinking about the curvature of the not curvature. I'm not thinking about the Earth moving underneath me when I'm playing that 40-yard ball across to the other side of the pitch. I'm thinking about how much power I'm going to put on the ball, how much obviously where the actual player is. Probably thinking about the wind as well.
Do you account?
Wait a second. Let him
I'm
finish.
not thinking about the Earth spinning underneath me when I'm kicking that football.
Right, so your answer just there had absolutely nothing to do with the question I asked you about what your recordings of the stars and the moon gave you.
Yeah.
And how you equated that.
All it does is give me patterns from different locations. That's all it can really can do. But when I'm actually on the ground itself, when I'm playing sports or things like that, I can see obviously that I'm not taking into consideration the ground spinning underneath me, or objects spinning through the air.
Well, so I got a question.
They are spinning through the air, but obviously the ground spinning underneath me. Does that make sense?
Not really, but go on, Shoops.
So if you kick a football, are you thinking about the ground spinning underneath you?
I got the point, but I got a question for you.
Are you though? Are you thinking about the ground spinning underneath you when you?
No, I don't feel the Earth moving under my feet.
Thank you.
I don't feel the sky tumbling down. But then the model says you're not supposed to anyway.
If you can't detect it.
Right. Question
the model says that.
Question to you, Mark.
Of course,
I'm going against my better judgment here because I think it's interesting. You touched on an interesting point, right? So, on the heliocentric model, on the spin that you deny, how much of a degree? How much in degrees are we meant to spin every second?
66,000 miles an hour around the sun.
No, that's not a question for you, Mel.
I thought I addressed that.
Sorry.
Second.
It's for Mark, because obviously Mark's determining.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, sure. in that moment that you're not worrying about kicking the Earth spinning under your feet. Based on the model and the spin calculation, how many degrees is the Earth meant to be moving every second?
Every second.
Based on our model, based on the model that you deny.
So how many? It's seconds.
Yeah, how much degrees based on our in seconds?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
0.00417 of a degree.
Okay, so how fast is that in miles per hour?
It's not about.
No. So how fast is that miles per hour? So how fast is it moving? In miles per hour or kilometer?
We're talking about rotation amount.
Rotation. Yeah, rotation.
The speed.
It will have a speed. Yes, it will have a speed. So what is the speed that it is meant to be moving at then?
The point is about what the model says.
You talk about it's moving. Distance.
Mark, it's moving really fast. Okay.
Yeah, how fast? Tell me.
The speed is really fast.
Tell me.
It depends where you are on the Earth, what latitude you're at.
Yeah, well, just give me an example. Where are we? Say we're
around 1,000 at the equator.
That's like I said that before. Okay, yes. So we're meant to be spinning 1,000 miles per hour. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Rotating.
Yeah, well, let's not.
One saying yes, one saying no.
Spinning denotes like a spinning top was, and I always feel there's a decline in understanding.
Can you prove that?
It's one rotation of the Earth per day, which equates to movement under your feet.
We have 24 hours.
Mark, you got
Mark,
0.0417 degrees. That is nothing. Your body shouldn't be able to feel that.
Mark, how would
based on the vector, you wouldn't be able to feel that.
How would we prove that?
So if I was at the equator, you're telling me
how would we prove that?
Sorry?
How would we prove that? Like
what would the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour?
Yeah, or anything at all.
You go in a spaceship, you can go all the way up and look down, and you should see the Earth moving.
Well, you don't believe in spaceships, so how would you prove that?
That's what I'm saying. That you could do that. You could do that. That'll be your evidence if you can do that.
Well, you wouldn't accept it. So what could I show you?
I would accept it. I definitely would accept it.
You would accept spaceships exist.
No, I would expect the spaceship to go all the way up.
All right. Well, what can I show you? What would prove that?
You'll have to prove that. No, that's not up to me. It's down to you. You need to decide that, not me, because I don't agree with it. So it's not down to me.
So what could I show you that would make you agree with it?
Well, you'll have to go do it. Get in a spaceship and show me.
So there's nothing basically that I could show you that would make you believe that we're rotating.
You have to. We're on the ground here. You need to see if we spin 1,000 miles per hour. If you can prove that, then I will have to accept it. I have no. That'll be fact.
Thanks, Bob.
But you can't prove that the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, because guess what will happen? Flight times will be different when you're flying from east to west and west to east. They'll be drastically different. Correct?
Based on
the aeroplane flying. So if I'm in London and I'm flying to New York, that's what, 5 or 6 hours, and flying back the other way, it should be drastically quicker. If we're spinning with the Earth, would you agree?
No, I mean you might get a tailwind.
Why wouldn't you agree with that?
You might get a tailwind to arrive 30 minutes early, depending on your pilot.
Okay, let's stop there. Does the Earth spin east to west or west to east? Let's get this right. What way are you spinning? I know. Do you know?
Shout out to Mark.
East to west.
So we're moving east to west. Correct. Excellent. Okay, so we're moving east to west. So if I'm flying from London all the way to New York, the flight time is 6 hours. Okay. So if I'm flying west to east, I'm going against it. Correct.
Yeah.
Spin of the Earth, yes?
Yep.
So therefore, it should take me longer to get to my destination. Correct?
No, because the Earth is spinning 0.00417 degrees per second.
Are you spastic?
Mark,
if the Earth is spinning east to west, and it takes me 6 hours to get to New York, and then I'm flying back from New York to London, Yes.
Fucking
That's
hell,
taking
man.
longer.
This is
It's taking
this is
longer than 6 hours because the Earth is spinning.
Mark, this is Flat Earth 101, dude. The atmosphere is rotating with the Earth. You should know that.
Atmosphere is rotating with the Earth. Okay.
Yep.
So how do you know when you're going with it or against it?
I just
How
want
do you
one.
know?
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, how do you know when you're with it or against it?
Because I know where London is and I know where New York is.
Good man.
What's the point?
But I just want to ask you a question, bro.
Fucking retarded.
No.
Fucking hot. How retarded this is.
I know where
How
London is.
retarded
I
you
know
are.
where New York is because I've been there by aeroplane and I've also been there by sea.
Mark, I think you asked a good question earlier to Sheeple, and he said it was only 0.0. He tried really trying to make it. I cannot be interrupted. Can I finish my question without being interrupted?
Doubtful.
Thank you.
Okay,
So,
give it a try.
so Nurse, when you asked him the question of the Earth's rotation, and he said it was 0.001.3 or whatever it was, and you didn't supposed to detect it.
0.00417.
Yeah, right. His rebuttal to that wasn't really answered. How fast is that actually in speed? Is it still 1,000 miles per hour? I mean, that's the answer, right?
Yeah. What is
You
it?
never answered it. You just
He
waffled around it and went off.
He didn't.
Yeah?
He just ran away from it and went.
I
down
actually
equator.
didn't waffle
You,
off.
you actually did waffle
Someone
around
asked
it. You
for a
did.
question.
What was the question? What was
So
the
what
question, Joey?
what I said was the claim was about moving under the feet. Now the amount of ground moving under the feet is certainly divisible or calculatable into speed, but the amount he's talking about feeling the ground move, that's 0.00417 of a degree. You can't even draw a line of pencil on a protractor that's thin.
Okay, yeah, again, what speed is that? We ain't really,
What speed
you know.
is that? We'll have a speed. What is
I
it?
told you already. It's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It depends where you are. Like Was told you, up to 1,000, 1,200, something like that, at the equator, give or take.
So we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour.
But here's the thing.
So flight time. So we go back to the flight times. So flight time should be drastically different. Yes.
No.
Why not?
Because how far can you travel around the world in one day?
I don't know. I haven't traveled around the whole world, so I wouldn't know. Do you know?
Right. So if you were to start at London, if you were starting, if you were leaving,
I haven't done, but you haven't done it.
Oh, but hold on. I'm making a point. I'm making a point here.
I can tell you, fly from London to New York and New York to London, the times will be different, right?
Yep.
Because of the spin of the Earth, correct? From the heliocentric model, correct?
Well, there's like I said before,
yes?
tailwind.
That's what you're backing. That's what you're backing, and that's what you stand behind. Would you agree with that?
No, what I'm trying to get
so you
to.
don't agree
If you
with
don't cut me off, because I let you
You're
finish.
not heliocentric. Then you don't believe in.
I'll let you finish, mate.
You can't take.
Mark, you're gonna have to have a conversation, dude. That means shutting up sometimes and not talking over the other person.
Thank you. Your grasp.
You don't like what they're saying.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You already know this.
Yes, boss.
Fuck you.
I'm saying yes, boss. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying yes, boss.
Just cut it out.
Okay, boss.
Faggot.
Sorry, what was that? You want to pack it?
Faggot.
Packet of Chris?
Faggot.
Is he saying packet of Chris?
Faggot.
Move on. Fuckwit.
What do you want? Some more vinegar?
Curve will automatically have it in for you just because you think differently to him. This isn't somebody that can accept people for thinking differently.
You're a lying fuckwit.
Like
that is not the problem. The problem, he's a loudmouth fucking idiot, and he's rude.
Don't jump in when he's
condescending, and he's being a smartass to me when I'm telling him yet again to quit talking over people.
He has said that he agrees and stands behind that. Obviously, the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, and he also agrees that London to New York and New York to London will have different times. He agrees with that.
There's nothing nice about the talk.
In reality, that doesn't happen.
Right. So
am I correct?
Exactly.
So the heliocentric model is 15 degrees per hour.
Therefore, we can say the only difference in the atmo that we have is obviously the wind speed and things like that. That's the only thing pilots take into consideration.
Yeah.
They don't take into consideration the Earth's
rotation.
spinning because it doesn't spin. It's just, come on,
Or
guys.
rotate, but you might as well use the word rotate before they correct you on it and be pedantic. Oh, it rotates. It doesn't spin.
Well,
So
it's once
rotating.
a day.
But it still
you know,
spins.
so-
It's spinning,
so
rotating,
it's spinning
same thing.
very slowly, revolutions per hour, right?
Is it spinning? Yes. Is it rotating? Yes.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
supposed to be
spinning-
moving from east to, like a certain way? Yeah. And
Okay, well,
can
we get
like
back
the
to
day,
the
like
point?
he says, the point is right that you're told that it's spinning, but you can't see it. You're told there's curvature there, you can't see it. You know, everything you have to believe outside of whatever you can possibly detect. You know what I mean? So everything that you believe in is outside of what you can actually detect with your senses and your reality. So you believing in a fairy tale.
Okay, Mark.
That's it.
Mark, what do you understand about spherical trigonometry? Geometry? Do you know how to apply it?
No, I don't actually, if I'm being honest, no.
Well, you're in luck. We've got a curved water. He can explain to you how spherical, if he's in a good mood, he might. How spherical trigonometry geometry proves that you're on a ball and the Earth cannot be flat. Ready?
You can't just do that, Kimo. That's not
Do you
fair, man.
understand, Mark?
How about you tell Mark how you think
I'm
the
going to tell
ISS
him
is
now.
real?
Yes, I'm going to explain it. So, Mark, you know, if you take 3 points on the Earth and you try to make a triangle, so you obviously know a triangle 1, 1, and 1. What it adds up to is 180. So, if we put that triangle mark on Earth, you get more than 180. Did you know this?
No, but I do now, thank you.
Right, so explain to Curved Water and Chris. Chris is also interested in the triangle stuff. And Kosho is here, he can help you out if you get a little bit stuck. Remember, there's the majority of globers here. The majority, there's only a few flatties here. But they understand that spherical geometry, trigonometry, it can't work on a flat plane. So how do you explain the triangle adding up to more than 180 mark?
How do I explain the triangle on a sphere?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it can be a little bit confusing. So you've got a triangle, each corner.
No, really, Kimo. Maybe you should start with the fucking topic you're talking about.
Yeah,
Start there, man. You just rambled on and started to draw lines in his head, and he's trying to draw it, and then you're like, "Do you get it?" No, nobody got it.
Sorry, Sheeple's here. He knows this, Mark. So Mark, Sheeple, explain to him how we cannot have a triangle on a flat. You know what it is, yeah? How it works.
Yeah.
Can't have a triangle on a flat plane. What are you talking about, Kimo?
What you guys say that it adds up to more than 180?
No, it's not.
That's got nothing to do with. Yeah, you're kind of hijacking a point, muddying the water, and then saying that that's what the globe says.
But look, why do you tell us that spherical trigonometry proves a globe? Tell us this, yeah? So just explain it to Mark and see if Mark agrees with it.
Well, I think that what trigonometry is, the top is 50 degrees, right? And the other two bottom are 90 each. That's correct, isn't it? On the globe?
Yeah, well,
I mean isn't that correct everywhere?
Well, on the globe, it's 90 at the bottom and 50 at the top.
Is it?
And what happens if it goes over 180?
I don't know. That's what I'm waiting to see.
It's called spherical excess.
Okay, carry on.
Which means it's denoting curvature.
And do we have this in real life? Can we do this in real life? Can we measure this out?
From about 1820. It was a 124-year-long study, I believe. And now, when they do UAV flyovers using what's called LiDAR, laser imaging equipment, basically firing laser dots, they're so close to the original measurements that were made from the ground. So you've got sky calibrating the ground that was calibrated without the sky equipment, and they're both matching each other. I mean, they seriously changed by points of decimals since 1820.
Okay, could that not be done on a flat Earth?
No.
Why not?
Of course it can.
Why not?
Because
Why not?
because the spherical excess measurements.
Can I stop you there? Wouldn't it be easier to do it on a flat plane than a sphere?
Reese, the answer's yes, mate.
Of course it is. I just wanted to, because I wanted to get into Mel, because Mel's quite shocked about the turnaround. You missed a lot. Did you go away for a while? Well, I've had a bit of a transition.
Yeah, I needed some time out.
Well, yeah, same. I've been away for a few weeks now as well. Like, it gets a bit much, don't it? But I made a bit of a change, and then everyone turned on me in here. You know, like, it basically used to let me fucking abuse fucking flat earthers to the top of my lungs, and then as soon as I started to say that they had a point, and some of the things that they're saying make sense, you know, the whole room turned on us.
Interesting.
On the bright side, you were welcomed with open arms at 24/7 and other places.
Might make sense to you in your reality, yeah, but the dynamics of your sentence has no correlation to anything that you're actually talking about. It's all fucking mixed up gibberish.
Here comes
Try
Cal
not to
again.
scare off all the new flat earthers,
Bro,
guys.
Brommy, are you going to approve my comment that I left in your little video? I said,
sorry,
Tommy,
man.
call me,
You fucking
Wammy
mental.
wanker.
This is fucking mental, isn't it? This new person comes in to talk to us, and everyone starts screaming and squawking, and that's
Brommy, I
crazy.
want to see
In
my
my
comment approved.
I did see it come up, but when I went to check it, it disappeared. But I'll have a look now.
So
Is that you?
sat home having a cup of tea and eating sandwiches or something during a fucking debate over something that is so fucking nonsense that they need fucking certifying in a fucking mental ward somewhere and locking up. But you know, you want to come across with your fucking ideas of reverence, then please fucking do so.
What does reverence mean? What does reverence mean?
Reverence.
I'm not really sure what's happening. Now. Really
Can I just ask Brommy just one thing?
Yeah,
Is that
anything you want, bro.
Like, what was something that sort of made you
Started it off.
Yeah.
It started me off was you know, I asked some people whether they thought the moon and the sun being the same size in the sky is a bit of a coincidence, and they flat out said denied it. Like, it was, you know, it's completely reasonable. It's so understandable that the moon and the sun look the same size in the sky. I thought that was a bit, like, you know, disingenuous. I feel like you should be able to look at the sun and moon and say that is a bit funny how they're the same size in the sky. Like, why not? So then that was like kind of the beginning of thinking to myself, there's a lot of coincidences where you just go against your common sense. You know, when I remember as a kid, I got on an airplane, and I always thought that you should travel faster depending on which direction you're going, because the Earth's rotating. And I remember someone going, "No, it don't," because of, you know, reasons such as the conservation of momentum, etc. And I remember just being as a kid and going, "Oh, okay," but you know, that's against common sense, isn't it? It goes against your common sense. The common sense tells me that you know, the plane should adjust.
No one says that. No one says conversational momentum in real life. No one says that.
I know they probably, when I was a kid, I wasn't told conservation momentum as a kid.
Second law of motion, isn't it?
I do know as a kid I wasn't told that, but it's just, yeah. But it's just to make it more clearer. Because if I say, they told me, you know, reasons.
With the Earth. That's what they told you.
Common sense is what you.
I can't remember what they said. But they told me some bullshit story.
Listen.
Common sense must have been just as fucking retarded as you are. There you go.
Children are the most creative and, you know, the most intelligent, and they're honest.
Yeah, they can
aren't
be
they?
lied
They're
to
honest.
as
Children
well.
are honest.
God, shit.
Children are honest. Adults are not honest. So you aren't honest.
I'm not honest because you don't make any common sense. Are you fucking retarded?
Children are honest. You are not a child. Therefore, you are not honest.
I am not a child, therefore I understand what you are talking about. Every fucking word and every word that you are talking about is nonsense, young sir. Everything.
Exactly. So you just say everything I'm saying is nonsense. Just goes to show that you're dishonest, because everything I'm saying is not nonsense. Clearly, I'm speaking English. I'm speaking English very clearly, very coherently, and I'm explaining a very logical story that you say is complete nonsense.
It
So
amounts to nothing.
You are now evidently proving my point. You are
You start
dishonest.
banging on about the same size as the fucking planet and the moon and the sun. It's like, well, the sun's fucking bigger and it's further away, so it's going to look the same fucking size, isn't it?
Told a story.
That's your story. You think it's
You
the same
believe
time
the
as
story the
sun,
teacher
mate.
told you, therefore, you believe the story that your heliocentric priest told you, and now you're telling me it's as a fact. Have you
Who
been to
said
the
I had a
sun, my
fucking
son? Have
heliocentric
you been
priest?
to the sun? Have you been to the sun?
Oh my
I
goodness.
fucking wouldn't go nowhere near it. I'd probably fry before I even got a fucking 100
Apparently,
miles.
how do you know?
to
How
it.
do you know it's going to fry up before you get there?
Listen,
you
guys are cool.
we heard what
You
happened to
don't know
Icarus.
before, mate. You don't know before. You believe that the sun is so much larger and so much further away. You do not know at all.
Rami, we heard what happened to
Depends.
Icarus.
Some have done it. So does it give off heat when it gets closer to us? Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Apparently, it's just the angle that we hit at the sun.
Well, we still get fucking heat from it, don't we?
We're on an elliptical
Jesus
path around the
Christ.
sun. We
That
are
was
on
a sun
a
god.
Oh, I say, fellas,
Let's bring it back to
fellas,
adulthood.
I'm going to mute you. I'm
Come
going
on.
to mute you both if you don't take it one at a time.
Can we just go
Put a
through?
dimmer switch on it.
We
Can
were
we just
talking
go
to
through
the new bloke anyway.
Because I mean, like, the first thing Mark said when he came in is that gravity doesn't exist, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay, there's no proof for
I didn't
gravity.
say
Is
that.
that was what you said?
I said there's no proof of gravity.
Right.
Didn't
Sorry.
say
Sorry. It's early morning for me. I just wanted to ask you something. Do you believe in Newton's first law of motion?
What's all this belief? I want facts.
Well, okay. Is Newton's first law of motion testable?
Is it testable? Yes, it is.
Right. And when you test it, i.e., throw something across your room, does it comply with what the law states?
From in terms of what? What do you mean? Does it apply? What do you mean? What am I throwing it against? Who am I throwing it to?
It doesn't matter.
How am I throwing it? It does matter. It does matter.
Well, Newton's first law.
Yeah. So does it?
An object at rest will stay at rest.
Of course. If I leave my
object
iPhone on my table, it will stay there without it.
Right.
No one
right.
touches it. Yes.
Okay. Yes. And let's say it's not your iPhone. Let's say it's a ball or something. So you pick up the ball, and the ball will stay in motion unless an opposite or equal force.
Okay, so I pick up.
So what is that thing that slows down the ball as you throw it?
So I pick up the ball, I throw it in the medium that I'm in, which is air. So I throw it, it goes through the air, and it will obviously eventually land on the floor and then be at rest.
Why didn't it just keep going forever in a straight line?
I put energy in it. Me picking it up, me throwing it, I'm putting energy into what I'm throwing. It's going through the air, and then obviously eventually it's going to stop and it's going to be at rest.
Why? Right. So you put a motion and you put energy into it.
Because if I throw a ball, it doesn't go forever. Sorry, I'm not.
That energy is depleting for some reason. There's a opposite force or greater force acting upon it. What is that force? What is that phenomena that you're witnessing? What is that effect that slows the ball down? Why is your energy depleting when you throw it? You're not putting
energy does. That's what energy does. It depletes.
But it's not kinetic. You're not holding the ball and putting kinetic energy in. You're putting force into it.
Applying energy into our system, our body system, and then when we obviously run around, we drain all that energy out. It depletes.
Right.
Why?
So does that ball you throw, does it have a weight?
Depending on what ball it is, yes, it will have a weight.
What gives it weight?
Whatever it's made of. The components that make it. The particles.
Okay, what gives the matter that makes up a, say, tennis ball? What gives it weight?
The material that it's in.
Okay, so when you jump, what happens? You go down, right? You don't fly forever.
Reason why the medium that I'm in air. If I jump up, I'm heavier than the medium that surrounds me, so therefore I will obviously I jump up.
So can I take this for a sec?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Let's say you're in an aircraft, right, at 20,000 feet, and you're about to jump out. See the air above you; it's even less dense than the air below you. Why don't you fall towards the less
I
dense
can't hear
air
you.
above
You're
you?
very low. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Am I very low? Is that?
I'll turn you up.
Is this any better?
Where are you? What's your name? I can't see you.
Christopher.
Christopher.
I'll just tell you.
Any better?
Let me. I'm telling you.
Thank
what.
you.
Yeah, go.
I mean, everyone else can hear me okay, right?
I can hear you now. I turned you up.
Right, cool. Right, so you see you're in an aircraft 20,000 feet, right? And you're about to jump out.
I'm in an aircraft 20,000 feet. Perfect.
Yeah. You're about to jump out, right? The air above you is even less dense than the air below you, right? So why don't you fall towards the less dense air above you?
So the air above me is less dense, or did you say?
Yeah, well, it's objectively less dense, right?
Okay. So why don't I fall upwards, did you say?
Yes.
Because I don't know. If I jump out, I know that the air that I'm in, I'm heavier, so therefore I'm going to go downwards.
Right, but you're even heavier than the air above you.
So I'm even heavier than the air above me.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't.
That's probably why astronauts float, isn't it?
I've
When you
never
get so
jumped out
high-
of a plane, so I can't tell you that. No.
When you get out of the atmosphere, that's probably why you don't go down.
But I mean, come on, Brummy, how can you get the atmosphere? There's a fucking.
When you get to a certain height up,
dome.
maybe you do start going up. But you go in an airplane is not high enough.
What,
for
what
that to
point
be
is that?
the
But
case.
even if that's the case, it's irrelevant to the point I'm trying to make, right?
Well,
the point is that the air
even on
above
your
you
model,
is
that
objectively
happens.
less. Even
Hold on,
for
wait.
there's a fucking pressure gradient, right? So due to the pressure gradient that we all agree exists, we know that the air above the parachuter is going to be parachutist, whatever, is going to be even less dense than the air below him.
Yeah, you said it. You said the same thing again.
Right,
Look,
I know
Christopher,
that. Right,
Christopher,
but
you said the same thing
you're trying
again.
to
You
run
said
away
the
from
same
it,
thing
right?
again, and you said the
You're
same
trying to
thing again.
rescue your
Brummy, shut the fuck up.
Let me respond to his point. He's made the same point.
Well, I
over
was
and over.
actually
not
addressing
asking you.
Mark.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's
And Mark
correct.
already
I was
said he don't
addressing
know
Mark.
why, so I'm trying to give you an answer to your question.
But right, that,
You get
maybe
to a certain
that's
height,
no
even
why,
on your
but
own model,
but
Chris.
maybe thinking about it.
Robbie's
attempting
here.
to-
Nobody talk
Don't
to
you like
Mark.
response? Don't you like it when people
Talk
can
to
actually
Robbie.
answer your question?
Only
No,
I haven't heard Mark.
Robbie will field all
What I like.
Let's all
Sorry,
funding mute from me because he's actually going to answer Chris's shitty little question. Even on your own model, Chris, when you get to a certain
No,
altitude.
no. What I'm trying to
you
do is
can't
to provoke him into thinking about it, Robbie, and to.
You don't get to pour him his question, Robbie.
You don't get to tell me how to answer his.
I
shitty
get to
question.
do what the fuck I want, Robbie. Shut up.
So do I, and that means I don't have to shut up when you
No,
say so.
you don't, Robbie. You don't.
Exactly, Christopher. The answer to your question is when you do get to a
down,
certain
little boy.
what you are saying actually does take place, even on your own model. So it's not really a rebuttal to what he's saying.
Go to your
Every
neutral
object
corner.
will go down inherently. Thank you very much.
Go ahead,
So
Chris. That
what-
wasn't an answer.
Thank you, man. So what I'm trying to do, Brommy, and this it doesn't mean you have to respond, is to get him to think about what he's saying and maybe to have a little exchange so he can perhaps work it out and see the flaw in his.
It's not a flaw.
Own,
It's not a flaw because heavy things go down.
obviously it is a flaw, Brommy.
It's not. Why are you always interrupting him? Trying to do it to Chris?
Spurs, are you going to fix this, Spurs?
Okay, I've made my point, and
Let's
I'm
talk for
going to
10
just
seconds. I get to respond.
stop
Oh,
now.
Brummy. Can you
All
not
right.
be fair in this forum? Is it a fair
You
forum?
going to
fix this, Spurs?
Brummy, let me talk for a second. I heard your answer, but you've missed out a key point, and Chris made a great point. Okay, so combined together, here's
I
the.
don't think you even give me a chance to finish my point for you to say whether.
All right, I'll tell you what. Go. Oh, you're muted. Okay, I can't.
Chris is saying right when he gets to a certain altitude, that the air above it is going to be, significantly thinner than the air below it. So when you jump out, then by using the logic that he was saying, that he should then go upwards because obviously it'd go to the less denser areas. I understand that, but he still is in the atmosphere. He still is in air. Now I think that would apply given more height. I don't think 20,000 feet would be significant enough for that to take place. So going into the I can't remember what it's called, stratosphere or something like that. When you go really, really high, let's say 80 miles up. Now that probably would take place. When you jumps out, the air around it, there's no air to be any differential down or up, and you then would just be in space, wouldn't you?
No.
So
like the French guy jumping out of the balloon.
Unfortunately, and I'll explain why. The height of the ISS at 240 miles also experiences gravity. So, going back to your point it's calculated. Going back to your, and we can get into that, but going back to your point about inherently down, right? Those were your words, inherently down.
I'm sorry that you can't. I'm sorry that you can't just get away with just reifying that something that hasn't been proven to be a fact. You're giving it concreteness. Let me respond to what he's saying without.
He
people
didn't even
interrupting.
say it yet.
He let you talk. Can you let him talk?
Yeah, Brummy, let him say the thing. Go. Say a bunch of words.
Here we go. So you said inherently down. So we can deal with the higher than the plane, but here's the thing. You said inherently down, but from that height, since the person jumps out station, even if they jump up, they begin to go down. Like you said, inherently down towards the earth, but accelerate. What makes them accelerate?
All right, look, I'm not letting you just skip over the fact that the ISS has gravity. Therefore, my point was irrelevant. That's not a debunking. That's why you can't just reify something. Just like you're just trying to give it concreteness because you have an idea that apparently the ISS station is calculated to have gravity and it's supposed to adjust its thrust every time it goes around the world, right?
No,
you're just giving that concreteness. You're saying that's how it is.
No.
It still experiences gravity. You're just reifying it.
Let me then, if you want to go there, and then we'll go back to the point I made. The ISS is in what's called microgravity.